Good morning.
But I had 1200.
Just a second. Hello. Let me check if at all I am audible as well as visible. I am perfectly audible and visible. And Nagaraj, hi ma'am, how to solve the questions easily? I am newly joined. We'll see that today itself in our live. The basic thing is that if at all you want to solve questions easily, you have to make sure the concept is pretty much strong. Yeah, and if your concepts are strong, then basically we can go ahead with elimination method and a lot of things like that. Good morning, Chandana. Hello, King and Vidya, Shri Ganesh, Karthik. Good morning. And Vijay, good morning. Hina, Kishan, I saw a lot of you waiting since yesterday also. Deepa and D. Ravi Teja and Sabira, hello. Baslingappa, good morning. Very good morning, Sharat. So, if at all the video has not been shared with your friends, tell all of your friends to join the live right now. Okay? We'll just start off the class in few seconds such that everyone can join. Okay. I think that works. Good morning, Sanjana. Perfect. So, Baba, Paru is also here. Swami. So, I see a lot of children who were there for second PUC also today. Tarun, Brajesh, Ananya, Shami and okay. Shashikant, Anant. So listen to me very carefully, everyone out there. That is, we are going to solve the previous year paper of 2025, that is biology paper. And how many of you have actually gone through the entire paper all at once? How many of you have actually tried? Full excited? Thank you so much for giving that positivity. I am also super excited, Sharat. Thank you, Noha. Good morning, dear. Hello ma'am, I'm back. Hello Alina, good to have you back. Okay, so how many of you have practiced or basically you've just went ahead and solved PYQs, but not a question paper as a whole? Ma'am, very excited today's class, ma'am. Is it? Okay, perfect. Yes dear, it will be helpful and yes, me. Okay, someone said I tried. Okay, so listen to me. There are, thank you so much, Paru. Thank you so much for saying that I am your favorite teacher. Okay, I hope you really mean that. Okay, listen to me very carefully. So there are two rules when you solve the question paper, and this rule has to be applied when you solve an actual paper in your KCET examination. The first rule will say that do not be scared of PU1 questions. So the basic strategy of how question flow is happening that I have seen is that initially they give one, two, three questions of PU2. Then they start off with PU1 questions. And when they start off with PU1 questions, all of them will be PU1. Later on, you will be having PU2 questions. That is how the question paper is being made. Now the thing is that when we see PU1 questions, we'll be like, oh my God, I do not know. I'm already super tensed. Don't be. Okay, don't be. Read through your entire question paper. See that after a certain point of time, you will be able to spot the PU2 questions. It will be easy for you. And PU1 questions also, we will be dealing with it. Okay, I'll make you understand the concepts. I'll make sure that you're all okay. That is my promise from my end. Yeah. And the second rule is that what? Speed is not equals to accuracy. So you can, there are some people who say that, okay, I have to solve question in 1 minute itself, so I'll increase my speed and things like that. Okay, it's good to have good speed in KCET examination, but you have to be accurate as well. Okay, so please check through your answer. Once you have given your answer, you have to check through. Now that happens over here, but in the case of OMR sheet, once you have answered, you cannot recheck, right? So please make sure you check the question, look at the answer and recheck it once more and then only go ahead. That is what you can do. Then only go ahead with marking the OMR. Yeah? Yes. So I hope that works. And now, are we ready for the paper? If yes, just give me thumbs up. We'll go ahead with the first question that we have over here. Okay. Yes, bustling up, I'll surely do that. Bhavish says, I went through the paper. Is it? Was it nice? Swami says, much, I'm really excited. Me too. So, all good to go? Give me a thumbs up if at all it's all set and we can go ahead with the first question that we have for day. So, the rule is after every question you have to give me thumbs up, okay? Hello. Hello, Tamilarasi. Oh, that's so sweet. Hi, Jasmine Ma'am. So sweet. Someone called my name. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. Here goes the first question, and it goes like this. With respect to limitations of ecological pyramids, which of the following statements are correct? So, correct or incorrect, you have to underline that first. Next one, you have to find which is correct regarding what? Ecological pyramids. It does not take into account the same species belonging to two or more trophic level. It assumes a simple food chain, something that almost never exists in nature. It accommodates saprophytes. It does not accommodate a food web. What do you think is your answer? You have been asked what is correct about ecological pyramid. We have solved it previously in our previous year question video. But yes, you can try it out. Prajwal, hello. Lakshmi Padi, hello dear. Deepa, hello. Ma'am, your class. Thank you so much, Sharat. Okay, Tanu says the answer for this question is B. Guys, if at all you can give me the answer like 1, A, B, C, D, it will be really good, okay? King also says it is B. Tamil says it is 2, okay? So, guys, answer from here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the option that you have. So, okay. So, most of you are saying it is B. Okay, B means 2. Ramya says 2, and Bhavish, Shashikant, Kavana, and Virab. Okay, Alina, okay, perfectly. Baslingappa, everyone says the answer for this particular question is B. B is what I assume is 2, right? So 2 says A, B and D are correct. Let me check if at all it is correct or not. So a food chain does not take into account the same species belonging to 2 or more trophic levels. Exactly. For example, I am a human being. A human being can be what? Omnivore. That means I can basically eat a plant. Right? In that particular case, if at all I am feeding on a plant, that is the producer, I would be on this level, second trophic level, right? But sometimes I can also eat an animal. I can be what? I can be omnivore, and omnivore means one that can eat both, what do you call, plants as well as animals. So in that particular case, some human beings will be vegetarians, some human beings can be non-vegetarians also. How can you include human beings in both the levels? It does not, right? And food chain does not consider that as well. So this particular statement is correct because it is clearly written. It does not take into account that some species belonging to 2 or more species or trophic level could be there. So that is correct. Next one, it assumes a simple food chain. Something that almost never exists. Exactly, there is no food chain that is simple. Listen to me. For example, I am a tiger, and over here I have a rabbit, and over here I have a deer, and I am hungry. Hungry tiger is there. Will the tiger say, according to my food chain, I only eat deer, I will only eat deer? Is it like that? No, Baba, it will also eat rabbit if at all it is hungry. So there is a food web that is ongoing. It's not just a food chain, and that is exactly written. It assumes a simple food chain that almost never exists in nature. So that particular statement is also correct. Now it accommodates saprophytes. That is wrong. That is a big problem. In food chain, the decomposers or basically saprophytes are not being accommodated. So it says it accommodates. So this particular statement is the only one which is going to be wrong. Now it does not accommodate a food web. It does not. That is why I told you about the rabbit and the deer example out there. It does not take into consideration the food web. So basically 1, 2, 4 are correct. That means your A, B and D options are correct. C is not. So the answer for this particular question is going to be 2. And everyone who gave me correct answer. And by the way, you're asking for the PDF, you will be getting it after the live ends, okay? After the live ends, you will be getting this PDF. Everyone, is the question clear to all of you? If yes, just give me a quick thumbs up. And everyone who gave me the answer, Baba, I could not read out your name because I got a comment that, ma'am, you should not be reading out everyone's name, but I still try to read out. Okay, so Vimla, sorry, and KD and Kavana, Shashikant, Sanjana, Mallikarjun, Rashmi, anyone new out there? Anand? Good. I've never seen such good teacher. You are so calm, ma'am. Thank you so much. That's a very big thing for me. Okay, so I cannot eat animal, but yes. Okay, anyways, thank you for giving me a thumbs up. Let's go ahead with the next question out there. Question number 2. Guys, if you spot any doubt, please ask me then and there. Okay, that will be really good. So, the 6th extinction of species presently in progress is dash times faster than the previous 5 episodes of mass extinction. The 6th extinction of species which is presently in progress, Maba, it is dash times faster than the previous 5 episodes of mass extinction. 1000 to 10,000, 1 to 10, 10 to 100 and 100 to 1000. What do you think is the answer for this particular question? D. Tanu says the answer for this question is D. Okay, that is 4. What about others? King says it is D, 4. It's yeah. Any answers? Any different answers? Sanjana also says it is 4. Chetan also says it is 4. Chandana. Ramya and Kavana, Noha, okay, and Sonika, everyone, you will be getting this PDF in the WhatsApp channel, okay, in the WhatsApp channel. Okay, so the answer for this question is actually 4, that is 100 to 1000, and there is nothing to explain over here. This is a factual term that you have to remember. So from the chapter Biodiversity and Conservation, I am telling you, you can get NCERT line-to-line based questions, numerical as in you don't have to solve anything, but the number-based question. How many biodiversity hotspots are there? 34 of them are there. Okay, if biodiversity hotspots are there, how much amount of extinction does it control? 30% of it. So you should know all this chotu term. It might be coming for the examination. I have made you solve some questions out there previously. Make sure you watch it. So the answer for this question is what? 100 to 1000. If at all the sixth extinction which is ongoing, we say that it is 100 to 1000 times faster than the previous 5 episodes of mass extinction that took place. So it's your duty to make sure that our pretty nature is safe, right? So yes, Teju, Nisha, as well as Swami, Vimla, Shankar, perfect. Deepa, Baslingappa, everyone, perfect. Is this question clear? If yes, just give me a quick thumbs up. Where to download the PDF? Baba, listen to me. Go here. Okay, in the description section of your live, the first link that is given is of the WhatsApp channel. Please make sure you join the WhatsApp channel. There only you will get the link for everything. For example, the class is ongoing or not, the class has started or not, or basically whether you are getting the PDF or not, everything will be given up there. I'll put down the message over here as well. WhatsApp channel. A very good morning, Mahesh. Okay. And perfect. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up, guys. Let's go ahead. I have pinned in that, okay? I pinned the WhatsApp channel details. Now, question number 3. Species diversity dash as we move away from dash towards dash. Imagine you are in examination and in the hall and you are looking at this question. How will you answer it? Just do like that. Species diversity dash as we move away from dash to dash. So we generally know one thing, that is in equator the species diversity is too much because there the temperature is pretty much nice. When we go to the poles, what happens, Baba? It is too cold out there. There can be frequent glaciations and stuff like that. Okay, what happens if at all there is frequent glaciation? The organisms which were like, oh my god, I am finally settled, again a snowball comes and they die. So basically the diversity over there will be less. Why? Because you do not have a constant environment in the poles. Okay, so please understand that logic and give me the answer accordingly now. Okay, just a second. Let me see. What's your answer for this question? D. Prakash is saying, oi. Okay. Shankar is saying D. Tanu says D. Kavana, Nisha, and Shalam is also there. It's me. Zainab also says, and Sanjana, Bhavish, perfect. Guys, if at all I'm missing out any of your name, please forgive me, okay? So the answer for this particular question, Ramya, Lakshmi, and Sonika, Teju, most of you are saying that it is 4. It is 4. Let me check. Species diversity decreases. Does it decrease? As we move from dash to dash. So obviously it is more towards equator and it will be less towards pole. So it decreases when we move away from the equator towards what? Towards the poles. So your answer for this particular question is going to be 4. And my dear children are super awesome. And I love you so much. You guys are doing super great. And I hope you do this great in examination hall also. By the way, if at all you are someone who is getting your answers wrong, please understand. What do you have to do? Do not be entering into the panic mode. Write down the question number. You might be saying that you are not able to do 60 questions altogether, or probably 59 questions, or probably 50 questions. It's okay. Write down the question number. You should know that I have to revise this. Okay, it's not good to enter just into the panic mode without doing anything about it. So we have to enter the panic mode if at all you are, and then you have to work on it as well, right? So, ma'am, can you teach equilibrium? Prakash, it will be, if at all I teach equilibrium, probably each part of your chemistry is going to go. Okay, so is this clear? Is this question perfectly clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, so there Uta Ayata and discussion is going on. Okay, thank you so much, Syed. Okay, Syed B. Okay, thumbs up, guys, thumbs up. Let's go ahead with the next question if at all this question is clear to you. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's see the next question that we have over here, and that is this question number 4. So this particular thing that you see over here, I think It's basically from the children whom we got the paper from, so do not be worried, okay? So in a practical examination, the following pedigree chart was given as a spotter for identification. The student identified the given pedigree chart as. So this is a pedigree chart given to you, and if at all you're not able to see it properly, analyze it first. Analyze it first. The first thing that you have to analyze when any pedigree chart comes is two things: whether it's dominant and recessive. Second thing, whether it's sex-linked or it is autosomal. How do you find whether it's dominant or recessive? If it is dominant, listen to me, if it is dominant, at least one of the parent will be having the disease, and in every single generation you will see at least one person being diseased. So this is the first generation. As you can see, both of them are normal, okay? No one has the disease is what we get to know. Do you think? But the next generation that is there, it has the disease. Here the guy has the disease, here the girl has the disease. That means what are you finding? You find skipping of generation. It's not there in every single generation. Then obviously it has to be recessive. It will be recessive if at all you do not find in every single generation. And you have to look like this. The parents, the babies out there, they have it. Now again, the parents, but the babies have it. Here also skipping of generation is being found. This is obviously going to be recessive. Now whether it is going to be sex-linked or autosomal, how do you find out? Basically, listen to me, if it is sex-linked, mostly the guys are the one who are going to be affected. So in this generation, if at all you see, a guy and a girl is equally affected. In the next generation, I agree, one guy is there and that guy is affected. Okay, but still we are not able to understand, are guys the one who are mostly affected? Cool. Now, which means that we have to look for one more very important thing. Usually in the case of sex-linked diseases, you will see a crisscross pattern. That means we will see that from the mother it is going to go to the son, from the son it goes to the daughter. And over here you are not able to see all of that. Basically you do not see any crisscross pattern. Just a second, I think. Yeah, you do not basically see any crisscross pattern over here. From here the mother, not to the son, it's not going anyway like that. So basically we can say just that since crisscross pattern is not being observed, it is going to be autosomal recessive. Recessive, so we knew that already. We just tried to find whether it is autosomal or sex-linked. So the answer for this question is what? Autosomal recessive, and I saw that most of you guys gave me the answer as D also. Just a second, D. Everyone say, Quadrigates also there. Hello, Anant, Vimla, Anant, Sonika, Nisha, Kavana, and Kishan, and Ramya, Quadrigates, Nisha, and Sanju, Lakshmi Pudi, and Zainab, Mahesh, Prakash, Hina Kausar, everyone. I hope you guys are understanding things. Ma'am, if I score out in KCET, will I get a medical seat from KCET? No, dear Vishnu. It does not have anything to do with the medical seat. Okay? I hope this question is super clear for all of you guys. The answer for this question is what? 4. So if at all you see a crisscross pattern, Baba, if you see that the guy is affected over here, and then if you see the daughter is being affected, and then again you will see the son is being affected, that means there's a crisscross pattern being observed over here. And usually crisscross pattern is something that is seen in the case of sex-linked. Or it can be like the mother is basically being affected, and from the mother basically the son is going to be affected. Now, so mother can be affected like this, or she can be a carrier also. Okay, she can be a carrier also in sex-linked. Anyway, so that is how things are going to go. If this particular question is clear, just give me a thumbs up. If this question is clear, everyone just give me a thumbs up. We will move on to the next one. Ishwar, exactly, it is D. Guys, what is happening? Yes, Sanjana. Sure. Okay. Ma'am, WhatsApp link, please. I have already given you the link, darling. So if at all you go to the description section of this channel, you see the first link that is there to get lecture notes and blah blah things. Go on to the particular link. Click on that particular link and you will be joined up there. Yeah? Question clear? Okay. Ma'am, in KCET, do they consider best of 3? Listen, for engineering, they will be considering only PCM. Depending on the course that you're giving, it will be considered. For example, in B Farm, okay, if at all you're looking for B Farm, you can write every BCMB, all of it. They can either consider PCB or they can consider PCM. Depends on the subject or courses that you're looking forward for. Okay, next question that we have, and from here we start what? From here we start the PU1 questions. As I said, do not be scared, let's face it, okay? The first question goes like this, and here, a student observed the TS of a plant organ slide under the microscope. Okay, he observed the vascular bundles in the stellar region as conjoined, collateral and open. Based on these features of vascular bundle, identify the correct option from the given picture below. So I have already tagged it as this. Name of the chapter is Anatomy of Flowering Plants, but there in the question paper there will be no tagging, so you have to go by your own terms itself. You are able to see it's a TS of a plant organ that is given to you. So they basically it has something to do with the plants, and then they are mentioning something, the vascular bundles as in the xylem and the phloem which is there, they are conjoined. They are going to be collateral and they are going to be open as well. With this, how can you find the answer for this question? What is it? Monocot root, monocot stem, dicot root or dicot stem? Any idea? So some people are saying it is D. King says it is D. Kavana says it is D. And Tanu says it is D. Rekha also says it is D. Okay, Lakshmi Podi says D. Guys, ma'am, what's your name? My name is Jasmine. Okay, Vijay, Lily. Okay, everyone, most of you guys are saying it is D, and some Mahesh says it is C. Okay, so let me give you an easy way to answer this question. I have already done this question in the previous live. So listen. If it is open means what? Basically it means that if you have xylem over here and you have phloem over here, between that, Baba, there is a ring that is known as, that is made of cambium. So this is a cambium ring. What does this cambium ring do? Help in the secondary growth. It will be forming secondary xylem and secondary phloem. Secondary xylem and secondary phloem. When I say open means I have the cambium. It is open to change, as in it is what? Open to change. That is what I mean. Okay, yes. Now this is usually the feature of what? Dicots. Dicots have an open sort of thing. That means they will have a cambium ring. They will be having a cambium ring. Now what about monocots, Baba? Monocots which are there, they usually do not have the cambium ring up there, which is why we say they are what? Closed in nature. They will be closed in nature. That is the next thing that you have. Okay, so dicots, they will be always open. That means they will be having cambium ring. The arrangement can be like this or it can be different also. Okay, monocot, they are always going to be closed. Is this particular thing clear to every one of you? Remember, this is important. Dicots open to change, monocots not open to change, they do not have the cambium ring. Now, how do we differentiate between a stem and a root? How do we differentiate between a stem and a root? So with this information that I have got, I am basically able to understand that it has to be a dicot, because here open is being mentioned, right? But I am still not sure whether it is a root or a stem. So listen. Always in the case of a stem, whether it's a monocot or whether it's a dicot, the stem is going to look like this. They're going to be arranged parallelly. That means xylem is going to be there, phloem is going to be there. They are going to be in parallel arrangement out there. This type of arrangement that you see is known as what? Conjoint arrangement. It is known as conjoint arrangement. This is a feature of what? Stems and also the leaves. Whereas you also have one more thing where what is happening? Suppose we consider the xylem is over here, phloem is over here. Xylem is over here, phloem is over here. Here you see alternate pattern. This is known as radial arrangement. Radial arrangement. They are not together, Baba, over here. They are separate. Okay, they are arranged alternatively. Now my picture might not be that great, but I can still show you one great picture with the help of which you will be understanding. So since over here open has been mentioned, I know it's a feature of dicot. It is open to change. Now I'm confused between root and stem. Baba, it is clearly written, it is what? Conjoint. And conjoint is a feature of what? It is a feature of stem out there. So obviously the answer for this question is going to be 4, that is dicot stem. And here goes the actual picture. Listen, here goes the actual picture. Where is it? Yeah, this is conjoint and this is also conjoint. You tell me now, okay? You have to tell me now. This does not have a cambium ring between the xylem and the phloem, but this has a cambium ring between the xylem and the phloem. Tell me, what is this? Is this a monocot or is this a dicot? This particular thing. Is this a monocot or this is a dicot? What do you think is the answer for that? Remember, it does not have the cambium ring. Any idea? Guys, I'm asking you something. Monocot. Rudra says it is monocot. Exactly. It is going to be monocot. Why? Because it does not have the cambium ring. Whereas on the other hand, this guy has a cambium ring, right? It is open to change. Open to change. That is why C for cambium. And basically, this is going to be a dicot. Now, I told you that conjoined ones, the ones that look like this, it has to be of what? It has to be of stem. It has to be of stem. So this is a monocot stem and this is a dicot stem out there. Now what about this guy? What is this? If at all you see the arrangement, I'm just asking the arrangement. Is it conjoined like this, or basically are they arranged alternatively? What do you call this arrangement as? What do you call this arrangement as? Some people, instead of dicot, they are saying dosa and all. My God, what is happening over here? Ma'am, volume high. The volume is not high. Hello, hello. Yes, Rudra, it is going to be what? It is going to be radial. So now I'll just jinx up everything, whatever you have studied. I'm telling you, please remember it. You can get questions based on this. Okay, you will get questions based on this. That's why I'm telling you. Yes, I can explain once more. So there are two things. Okay, one thing. All the stems which are going to be there, they are going to show only one type of arrangement, that is known as conjoint arrangement. Okay, conjoint arrangement. All the roots that are going to be there, they are going to show one type of arrangement, that is known as radial arrangement. R for root and R for radial. What do you mean by radial? Radial means it looks like this. There is parallel arrangement of xylem and xylem and phloem, xylem and phloem. It goes like that. Whereas conjoint means the phloem and the xylem, they are together itself. Okay, so all the stems are like this. Now, in the stems and the roots, you need to understand, there is category also. There can be dicot stem or a monocot stem. How do we identify that? So over here, if at all it is dicot, it will be always open. Open means it will be having a cambium ring between them. So that means like this. Over here, if at all you look at this particular picture, you will see it is a stem, definitely, but it has a cambium ring between them. That means it is going to be what? Open. So dicots are always open. They have a cambium ring between them. On the other hand, if at all you see this, it does not have any cambium ring out there. There is no cambium out there. We say this is a closed arrangement. This is a feature of what? Monocots. And that is what I'm going to write over here. So monocots which are there, they have closed arrangement. Basically, that means no cambium is there. No cambium is there. Similarly, over here, if at all you talk about roots which are obviously having radial arrangement, here also, if at all they have cambium, it will be dicot root. If at all they do not have cambium, it is going to be a monocot root. That is a simple funda out there. Did you understand this? Did you understand this? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Guys, is there any problem with my volume? Is there any problem with the volume, Baba? Hello, hello. Is the volume fine? If yes, can you just tell me it is fine, volume is fine? Because I think some of your, yes, Sangeeta says volume is fine. And so Rekha, I'll request you, Baba, can you just, what do you say, click on your volume up button, or probably restart your mobile? Yeah? Okay. Is this concept clear to you, everyone? Voice is clear. Is the concept clear now? Concept clear. Just write like that. If at all the concept is clear, just write concept is clear. As simple as that. Whew, it's too hot. What is this? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay. Can we go ahead with the next? Can we go ahead with the next question? Concept is clear. Perfect. Okay, because you will be seeing this concepts later on also. Ma'am, you're ignoring Prajwal. Where is Prajwal? Reply, ma'am. Can you please put the question again once more? I'll be seeing that, okay? Because, you know, chats are ongoing like this. Even my eyes are not able to, what do you call, focus on the comments that you have been passing. Yes. Okay, concept is clear. Thank you so much. We'll go on to the next question, I think. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Next question is pretty simple, but you have to be very cautious as well. Okay. Prajwal, I'm going to read out yours, okay? A student observed the slide of mitosis under the microscope and observed that the chromosomes were placed at the opposite poles. Which stage was the student observing? Metaphase, telophase, prophase, anaphase? Tell me the answer for this. By then, I am going to Read one comment. Ma'am, my friend got 62.5 and he told me to ask you that board exam time you send some PDF of fixed questions. That question he will prepare in the second exams. Yes, dear, you can ask him to follow that. Okay, it is definitely going to help him. Prajwal. Yeah? You can ask him to follow that and also be thorough with the concept. Yeah? Ma'am, you're ignoring my question. Okay. So, is this particular thing clear to everyone? Are we solving this question or not? So, most of you are saying it is D, 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 D. Some people are also saying it is A. So, the answer for this particular question is going to be D, anaphase. It is going to be the anaphase. So, if at all you were there in the last live, I have already solved this question where I said that, listen, when we say that the chromosomes are moving to the opposite poles, the most thing that we imagine is basically it is anaphase. But here it is said that they are already at the opposite poles. So we say it is telophase, because telophase is the phase where they finally move at the opposite poles, right? But please understand this logic that they have also mentioned what? Chromosomes term over here. So if at all we see, generally we had chromatin, Baba. We had chromatin, which is thread-like structure out there, right? These chromatin which is there, they condensed and they form what? The chromosomes. Where does this happen? In the case of prophase. In the case of prophase, condensation of chromatin to chromosome have taken place over here, right? Now then, in the case of metaphase, what happened? All of them, they basically arranged in the equatorial plane. That means in the metaphasic plate, in between. Okay, they arranged. Now in anaphase, what do we assume? In anaphase, we assume that basically they are separated now. One guy goes that side, one guy goes this side. That is what we believe, right? And finally, in telophase, what happens? They have moved to the opposite poles. Now, we assume that the question says chromosomes were placed at the opposite poles, the answer would be telophase. But no, listen to me. In the telophase, the chromosomes which are there, they recondense back, or they recondense back to what? Chromatin. They are not chromosomes anymore, they are going to be what? Chromatin now. So over here, the term is chromosome. That means obviously it cannot be telophase. It has to be what? It has to be anaphase, where they are moving towards the opposite poles. I know it's a tricky question out there, but the answer for this particular question is going to be B. Sorry, it is going to be 4, that is anaphase. Is this clear? Hello Sagar, is this particular thing clear? Anaphase is the stage where the sister chromatids, now individual chromosomes, separate the centromere and I pulled by spindle fibers towards the opposite poles of the cell. Yes. Okay. Is this clear? Anaphase, Jasmine Ma'am. Perfect, Bharani. And now I want to read out your name because from the long time I'm not able to read out. Okay. Class was boring, guys. Is it boring? Okay. So Tarun says B. Tarun, I hope now we have got the answer for the question. I know it's kind of confusing, but still. Okay. RJ Patil, Hazira, Sangeeta, Vimla, and Bhavana, Rohit, Prajwal, Kodrikit, Chandana, Veerabhadra. I discover my own names as well in between. GS World, Rekha, Tanashri, Teju, and Vijay. Pooja is black, and sorry, Pooja is back. Oh my God. King and Kavana, Shama. Perfect. So guys, I hope this is clear to every one of you. Paru, what happened here? Any doubt? Once again, yes, once again I can. No ma'am, not clear. I can explain. Listen to me. Here the question is, the student observed the slide of mitosis under the microscope and observed that chromosomes were placed at the opposite poles. Now whenever we say opposite poles, two phases comes into our head. One is anaphase and the other one is telophase. Telophase is the one where they finally move to the opposite poles. They settle down there. So this should be the answer. But they have also included a term, chromosomes. And chromosomes cannot be seen in telophase. Until telophase, my dear, chromosomes were there. But now chromosome which is there, they decondense back to their original form, that is known as chromatin. They decondense back to what? Chromatin. Okay, that is a usual thing that happens. Okay, which is why I cannot say that this would be the telophase would be the answer, because here clearly it is written it's chromosomes. So basically my next option goes to what? Anaphase, where they are moving to the opposite folds and basically they are chromosomes. They are still chromosomes only, which is why the answer for this question is going to be this. I hope it is clear to all. Is it clear to all of you guys now? If yes, can you give me a thumbs up? Shama, the crash course is ongoing, dear, for NEET. Ma'am, this question is important for KCET examination. It will be good if at all you know all these things, my dear children, because you know concepts somewhere could be repeated. We cannot guess that thing, right? Yes, it's a good practice for you. Yeah. Now, thank you. So, Paru, I hope it's clear. And next, Yavaga Martira, ma'am. You are meaning that next class is what? Is what you're thinking? Is what you're asking? Okay. If you're asking about the next class, it is going to be in evening 5 o'clock by Samik sir. Yes. Previous year paper only. Okay. Identify the incorrect statement with respect to the rules of binomial nomenclature. So over here you have to tell which is going to be incorrect, not the correct one. Okay. You have to spot the incorrect one out of this. Biological names are underlined separately when handwritten. Okay, biological names are printed in italics to indicate their non-Latin origin. Third one, the first word represents the genus while the second component denotes the specific epithet. That means the first term is basically genus name, the second term which is there is species name. Biological names are generally in Latin or Latinized irrespective of the origin. So whatever is their origin, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, whatever is there, Kannada, whatever is there, it has to be translated to what? It has to be put in Latin, and that's how we get the answer. Right? Ma'am, बहुत fast बोल रही है आप. Oh my God, I'll slow down. Okay. Tanu says the answer for this question is B. Taskin also says it is B. Okay, Rudra says it is 2, that means B. Okay, King says B, and Hina Kauser says D is the answer. Check, 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 check. Come on, guys. Kavana says B, Chandana B, Tarun and King, Sagar, RJ Patil, Shankar Tagi, and Lakshmi, Kavana, Kishan, Hina Kauser, and Chandana, Hazira, Bhavish, Muhammad Atif, most of you guys. Digant, good morning, very good morning, dear. Paru, Malinath, and Noha. Okay, most of you guys are saying it is B. Yes, it is B. Why is it B? Because listen, here it is written, biological names are printed in italics. It is correct, okay? When you have to write it in printed format, basically it has to be italic, what do you call, it has to be in italics. But it does not indicate their non-Latin origin. It should indicate their what? Latin origin. The term non-Latin makes it wrong. You know, this Chindu type of things can also come in the examination and can miss, what do you call, take away the marks. So be more careful. What is understanding, or basically what is the learning from this question? That the question is easy, but you have to be very careful. So the answer would be biological names are printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin, not their non-Latin origin, which is why this guy is the incorrect one. Rest everything is Baba correct only. The first is genus name. Ma'am, quadricates, I did not get. Okay, I'll explain to you. So biological names, when it is written, for example, I am writing mango. You all like mango, right? So mango season is coming now. So whenever we talk about mango, the actual name of mango is Mangifera indica. Okay, Mangifera indica. Now, since I am writing it, I have to underline it. This is the first rule. Biological names have to be underlined separately when handwritten. Second thing, when I am printing it, you have to make sure that basically it is in italics. And why do we print it in italics? To show that they have a Latin origin. It's not non-Latin origin, it has to be Latin origin. Okay, that is why this particular statement is wrong. Now, the first word represents the genus name. Yes, Mangifera, it is a genus name. Indica represents what? The species name. Our Indian mango is what you mean by Mangifera indica. Now, biological names are generally in Latin or Latinized irrespective of the origin. So, it's basically, it has to be in Latin. If at all it's in different language, again it has to be Latinized as well. So please remember, biological names are Latin. Whatever you do, it has to be in Latin. Done? Done? Is it clear to you? Everyone? KK means okay, dada. Clear, clear, clear? Ayyo. Everyone? Namaste, Harshit. I hope it's clear now. Yeah? Can you give me a thumbs up? Baba, what's the duration? If at all you ask me, we are on the 7th question. We have to solve 60 questions in total. Okay. By the way, you can call me Sarah. Okay, I'll try it. I'll definitely try to do so. Namaste, namaste, Harshit. If it's clear, everyone, just give me a quick thumbs up out there. Ma'am, I scored 17 in physics. How to increase it to 35? Please help. Go by what sir says. Do the question, do the chapters which are important. Prioritize them first. You have very less time left, so high priority chapters have to be done first. Once you're done with the chapter, understanding of the chapters, solve questions as many as you can. That is basically whenever you sit for solving question, whether it's 30 minutes for a question, okay, and have an error book, write down your errors in that, rectify it, otherwise you will keep on doing it on the day of examination as well. Yeah, yes, perfect. Ma'am, by that PDF how much can we score? So I do not know, but it should be complete. It should be covering up everything which is there. As I said, the questions can be framed differently, Prajwal. So please check on to that, okay? Yes. Perfect. So let's go ahead with the next question. Match column 1 with column 2 and choose the correct options given below. So column 1 is here, column 2 is here. You have to choose, Macha, which one is what. Okay, so it's a very simple question. I have given you the picture also, but fortunately, the picture is not much visible, which is why you should be doing it just on the basis of this. Coccus, Bacillus, Vibram, and you have Spirillum. So easiest one for me to spot is what, Baba? Spirillum means it has to be spherical, right? So D goes with 3. D goes with 3. Is it like that? Is it like that? No. Spirillum means it is going to be spiral. No, it is not going to be spherical. Now, the next one that I have is, with the help of this, can I find my answer? Let me check, okay? D goes with 2. D goes with 2. I just have one option like that, and basically I have got my answers. So in situations where you do not know the answer, probably you can go ahead with things that you know. It can be really helpful for you, yeah? Yes. So the answer would be D, as every one of you is saying. Savita, RJ Patil, Nalini is also there, Hina Kauser, perfect. So coccus, guys, means what? Coccus means spherical, round. Coccus, when we say it becomes O, right? So it is spherical, just remember like that. Okay, Bacillus basically means rod shaped. You might have heard about so many lactobacillus and things like that. Basically they are what, Baba? Rod shaped. Now Vibram basically means that they are going to be like this. They are going to be comma shaped, comma. So your answer for this particular question is going to be 4, that is D. It's a very easy question out there, and if at all you get easy questions like this, definitely you'll get easy marks also. So cocci, bacilli, and spirillum, and finally you have vibrio. Cool? Is this question clear to you? If yes, just give me a thumbs up. We will move on to the next question. Okay, he will be very thankful to you. Definitely. I'm also thankful to him. If at all he has asked, please ask him to come for the doubt sessions, okay? Guys, my sound is not loud, is it? Let me check. Okay, he will be very thankful to you. The sound is loud. Just check your mobile phone once. Yes, perfect. Guys, ma'am, should we read full chapter, just formula? Sagar, I think for that physics sir only would be helpful for you, because biology and physics works totally differently. So yes, you should know formulas, but concepts also along with it. Then only you will be able to solve questions, right? Yes. Shri Ganesh, hello dear. Okay, so let's go ahead with the next question out there, since lots of you guys have given me thumbs up. And the next question goes like this. Read the given statement and choose the correct option. Okay, statement 1 is, gamete are green unicellular sexual buds which develop in receptacles called gametes. Statement 2 says, protonema develops directly from a spore. What do you think is the answer for this particular question? What do you think is? Ma'am, I scored 49 in biology. How can I take in how many marks can I take? 49 in biology. You have to solve as many questions as you can, and please prioritize the high weightage chapters, dear. Okay? How many questions come from the first PU? Bhavesh, I'll tell you honestly, the maximum it has went up to until now is 20 questions. Okay, not beyond that. Maximum I'm talking about. So you can expect around that range. Okay, so all of you are saying A, Taskin, Jagu is also there. Hello Jagu. And RJ Patil, King, Kishan, and Janvi, and Kavya, Taskin, Sagar, Kavana, Supriya, Vimla, Nisha, Gagana, Hazira, Apurva, Pradhani. Okay, so Tarun, KD, everyone, Insta idea. That is not there in the option. So the answer for this question, most of you guys are saying it is A. Statement 1 is false, but statement 2 is correct. Okay, why do you say statement 1 is false? Gamete are green unicellular sexual buds. Listen to me first of all carefully. It's not unicellular, it has to be multicellular. Second thing, are they sexual buds? No, Baba, they are asexual buds. They are going to be asexual buds, which develop on the receptacles called gamete cup. That is correct. But here unicellular and sexual buds term is wrong. Second, protonema develops directly from a spore. That is correct. It develops directly from a spore. And now some children might be there who are like, what is going on? I do not have any idea about this. So listen to me carefully. Sarah, okay, I can call you Sarah. Okay, Sarah, listen to me carefully. This concept is super easy. In Plant Kingdom chapter, okay, if at all you're looking for Plant Kingdom chapter, there are some unique features of each, divisions out there that you need to remember. Whether it be bryophyte, whether it be pteridophytes, whatever is there, they have some unique feature. We need to remember that. So this is a unique feature of what? Bryophytes. The basic logic is that they have two phases, okay? One is gametophyte stage, and the other one is sporophyte. And the other one is sporophyte. Gametophyte basically means that, suppose it's a plant body that I am having. They do not look exactly like a plant. They will be, they are plant-like, okay? They do not have a proper stem-like, root-like and stuff like structures out there. We say it's a thallus. Now what happens is that, basically they will be having male sex organs as well as the female sex organs, okay? Male sex organs and the female sex organs could be there. What happens? The male sex organs are going to produce what? The male gametes. The female sex organs are going to produce what? The female gametes. So, Baba, they are gametophyte. They are multicellular structure which are there over here. And what are they producing? They are producing gametes, which is why we call them as gametophyte. And always understand, okay? Always understand they are. Boy. That went. Okay. So, anyways, the logic is from the gametophytes which are there. Okay. What is happening? The logic is from the gametophytes which are there, you are going to get the male and the female gametes. The male and the female gametes are going to join up together to produce what? To produce one very important thing that is known as a sporophyte. So first they produce a zygote. The zygote later on, Baba, will be transforming into sporophyte. The sporophyte are going to produce spores, and while they produce spores, before that they are going to undergo meiosis. So what is this? The spore which is there, it is going to be haploid in nature, and the haploid spores which are there, they are going to land up and they are going to produce a gametophyte. So gametophyte is also going to be haploid. So when you are talking about male and the female gametes, they are also haploid. So what type of division takes place over here? Basically mitosis takes place over here to produce the male and the female gametes. You got N and N. N and N comes together to form zygote. It becomes 2N, and later it forms a sporophyte out there. The sporophyte, which is diploid in nature, it again undergoes meiosis to form haploid spores. This is the basic logic out there. In the case of bryophytes, gametophytic stage is the dominant stage. Okay, this is the main guy over here. If this is not there, nothing will be there. Now, when the question is gamete cup and stuff like that, listen, what is gamete cup? So sometimes, okay, basically on the thallus of the body, you will be having some cups like this. These are made up of gamete, and gamete basically are nothing but they are multicellular things. And they are also basically asexual in nature. When the gamete which are there, they fall to a certain place, okay? They will again form a gametophyte out there. They form a newly formed gametophyte out there, and the whole process begins. So usually the gametophytes are formed like this, but sometimes they can be also forming with the help of what? With the help of the gamete cups which are there. So always remember, gamete cups are made up of multicellular and also asexual buds out there, which forms a whole new gametophyte. Now the second statement which is there, it was basically what? It was basically protonema develops directly from a spore. So I told you the spore which is there, it gives rise to gametophyte. Now in some cases, in some type of bryophytes, for example Meiosis, okay, first the spore when it falls, it directly does not form a what do you call, a huge gametophyte out there. First, it forms a primary gametophyte which you call as protonema. Then this protonema will be giving rise to the actual form which is known as secondary protonema. So that is being written over here. Protonema develops directly from a spore. Yes, it directly develops from a spore, and from this guy you get the next stage, that is secondary protonema. That is a unique feature of bryophytes. In bryophytes, whom? In bryophytes, mosses. This is a unique feature of bryophytes again. In bryophytes you have liver whorls and you have mosses. This is for liver whorls. That is what you usually see. Is this thing clear to you guys? I know it might be a new concept that I'm throwing at you guys, but this is important. Ma'am, more question. Guys, we are doing. Is this question clear to every one of you? Ma'am, I take 96 in bio. How much I have to score in KCET? As much as you can, Mayura. Hello, Shalom. Okay. Perfect, right? If it's clear, can you give me a thumbs up, everyone? If at all you think that this question is clear, can you give me a thumbs up? Thank you so much. Yes, Nalini, tell me. Hello, Shalom. So sweet of you. Mahesh, what is not clear? Ask me. What concept is not clear? Ask me the precise question, okay? Best. Thank you, Apurva. Perfect. So I think for most of you it's clear. If at all there is some person who is having doubt, please stay back. I'll explain that also. Okay, I do not mind. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. So game A is liver whorls in bryophytes. Protonema develops directly. This is in mosses, again in bryophytes. Okay, animal kingdom question. This is a very easy question. Come on, let's do it. Okay, the question goes like this. During a field trip, a student observed a marine organism with worm-like body. This is worm-like body out there. The cylindrical body was divisible into proboscis. So there was a proboscis, there is a collar, and there is a long trunk. The organism may be what? Pterophyllum, trigon, balanoglossus, or Ophiura. What do you think is the answer for this particular question? Ma'am, can you repeat once? Deepa, the previous question? Yes, I can repeat. Okay, just give me some time. I'll just deal with this question. I'll come back to that. Okay. Nalini, I'll repeat it, dear. Okay, so most of you guys are saying, Tuscan says the answer for this question is C. Okay, Kavana says, Shalom says it is B. And Kavana says it is C. C is balanoglossus, yeah. Krishna, Kavana, Kiran, and Quadrikids, Gagan, and Nisha, and everyone, mostly. Apurva, I'm seeing that all of you are saying the answer for this question is what? Deep also. 10 is C. Balanoglossus, exactly. Listen, the term proboscis, this is very unique feature of one guy, that is hemichordata. You know, non-chordates are there. Porifera, Nidaria, Ctenophora, blah, blah, blah. A lot of things are there. And then you have one guy, hemichordata. And then you have all the chordates. So why it is hemichordata? It was actually grouped under chordates, but later was like, Macha, you come out, you cannot be there. You do not have all the features to be there. So these guys are very unique. They have proboscis, they have trunk and a collar. Okay, this is a proboscis, this is the collar, and this is the trunk region. And basically, balanoglossus comes under hemichordata, which is why the answer for this question is going to be 3. So everyone out there, passion art. You're the best teacher ever. Thank you so much. Okay, so I hope this particular question is clear to everyone. Is this particular question clear to everyone? If this is clear, guys, give me just 1 minute of your time. You can go drink some water and come back. I just have to solve the doubts of the previous question. Some people were having doubts. I need to solve it. Okay. Maheshwar, Meena Gowda, and perfectly. Perfect. You're doing on really great. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Got it. Balanoglossus. This is a well-known genus of hemichordata, commonly referred to as a cornworm due to the shape of its proboscis. Yes, exactly. Okay, perfect. So now listen to me carefully. For those of you who did not apparently get this question, guys, others please go have some what do you call chips and all and come back. Chips as in healthy chips, okay? Don't say Biology ma'am asked you to have unhealthy chips out there. Okay, so please go and have it. And by that time, I'll just explain this question to the teacher, to the teachers, to the children out there. Okay, so the question went like this. Listen, Gamete are green unicellular and sexual buds which develops in receptacles called gamete cup. That is a question. Now you will not understand anything until and unless you know about bryophytes. So in the case of bryophytes, Baba, there is a body which is known as gametophyte. Okay, what do these gametophyte do? They basically forms the gamete. It can be a male gamete it can be what? A female gamete, right? So it has the male sex organs to produce that, it has the female sex organs to produce that. Anyway, this particular gametophyte which is there, it is multicellular in nature, it has form of multiple cells, and they are uniquely haploid in nature. They are what, Baba? Haploid. They have only half the number of chromosomes out there. Please remember that. Now, haploid can it give rise to gametes with the help of meiosis? No. If it undergoes meiosis, again it will be half. So we just undergo mitosis, okay. We just undergo mitosis, we get the male and the female gametes. Now when you get that, basically both of them will join together. The male and female gametes will fuse together to form what? To form a zygote. Now you have formed a zygote. Suppose, just imagine, on the thallus, now you have got a zygote which is there. This zygote which is there, it is going to form something, okay, which is going to form spores. What is this something that is being formed on the gametophyte? Listen, this was on the gametophyte where everything is happening right now, right? And now you're getting a different body out there. What do you call this body? This is known as sporophyte. And what does the sporophyte do? It will produce spore. It will produce spore. How can it produce spore? Listen to me. As you might be thinking that zygote, can't it just form the gametophyte by directly? No, zygote is what? Now it is diploid in nature. Gametophyte is what? Haploid in nature. So we have to bring back that haploidy, right? The only way to do this is only one thing. Zygote will be helping in the formation of sporophyte. The sporophyte are going to produce spores. How? With the help of meiosis. Now, the spores which are going to be haploid in nature, it was diploid, now it is haploid. Why? Because it has underwent meiosis. These spores are going to land up somewhere and are now going to bring back what? The gametophytic body. That is how it usually glows. Now, in bryophytes, there are two categories, liverworts and mosses. There are two types, liverworts and mosses. Okay, in liverworts, all this thing happens very naturally and things like that. There is also one more way of forming gametophyte over here in the case of liverworts. Okay, what is that way? So suppose this is a gametophyte out there, it will also have some cups like this that is known as game cups. Game cups are nothing, it is formed of gamete which are multicellular, okay, and basically they are going to be asexual. By that I mean they are not going to undergo any sexual interaction and stuff like that. The places where they fall, what are they going to do? They are going to form a new gametophyte from there itself. This is one more way that these guys have. The liverworts coming under bryophytes, they also have one more way of forming gametophyte. This is that way. This is that particular way where they have gamete cups which are multicellular in nature and asexual buds. They fall some places and they give rise to a whole new gametophyte out there. Now these gametophytes which are going to be formed, they can undergo the same process which is there. I was just talking how do they form gametophytes again without the help of this, okay. So this is one way of doing that in the case of liverworts. Now in this question they have said that it is unicellular and sexual buds. That is why it is wrong. It is multicellular and it is asexual buds which is there. Now, second part of the statement, protonema develops directly from a spore. So I told you from a spore basically you are going to form a gametophyte, right? Now in the different type of bryophytes which you call as mosses, what is going to happen? The spores when they land up, they directly do not form the actual gametophyte. They are first going to form what? Protonema. This protonema which is there, it is branching in nature. They branch off, they form what? Secondary protonema, which is the actual gametophyte out there. Here the question is what? Protonema develops directly from a spore. Yes, they develop directly from a spore. This protonema then later forms the secondary protonema which is also known as the leafy stage or the actual gametophyte out there. Got it? Ayyo. Is this clear? Is this clear to everyone out there? Now, those who had confusion with this, yeah, if at all in the statement it was secondary protonema directly develops from a spore, it would have been wrong. It would have been wrong because first you need to get the protonema, then you form the secondary protonema. Yeah. Ma'am, as for now, do you recommend go through NCERT line by line? No, I'll say that there are 5 chapters. Okay, everyone who is listening to me, listen to me carefully. There are 5 to 6 chapters out there for which I'll recommend you to watch some one-shot videos or probably go line by line. That is cell cycle and cell division. Okay, there is animal kingdom, there is plant kingdom, and there is body fluids and circulation and morphology of flowering plants. These 5 chapters which are there, I'll recommend you to have any good idea about this, because questions can be coming from here and there, and it will be easy for you to score, because anyway every single year one question comes from there. Okay, 1 or 2 questions. Okay, 2 questions are coming from there, so we expect it would be there, definitely it would be there. Now what about the other chapters? If at all you're not able to finish those chapters in sort of one shot and stuff like that, I'll recommend you, please make sure at least solve their PYQs and go, because there are certain chapters from which only certain concepts are repeated. For example, I'm telling you, the plant kingdom, no, when I saw the questions out there, all the questions were different, but the thing is that every question comes from a very unique feature about each division. So those unique features we anyway will not forget if at all we read it once. You get it? So that is a recommendation that I will be having for you guys. Okay? Yeah, ma'am, I got 89 from your class only. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vidya, for coming and telling that as well. Yes, perfect. So, mama. Next question. So yes, as I said, you will be seeing few questions in this year 2025. 20 questions came from PU1. Rest 40 question, majority obviously were from PU2, but 20 questions came from PU1, so you cannot ignore it. Okay. Ma'am, can I watch Masterstroke? Definitely you can watch it. Quadricates. Okay, so let's go ahead with the next question that is there. Identify the types of aestivation in corolla labeled as A, B, C and D. Listen over here, corolla means what? Basically the petals, the arrangement of petals. So over here you have the options, you have to tell me the answer for the same. Come on guys. Siddhalinga says 11B is the answer. Okay, 11B as in I'm assuming is this. Okay, what about others? Kavana says it is B, and Sharon, yes, thank you for reminding. I'll definitely drink some water. Okay, Hazira and Revana and Lakshmi has a different answer, says it is D. Okay, now it is B. Okay, come. Pratana says B. Most of you guys are saying it is B. Some of you are also saying it is A. So listen, there's an easy way to remember it. Okay, there's an easy way to remember it. Here, it looks like a very big ulta V, no? Ulta V. V normally looks like this. This is ulta V. Right? Vexillary starts with a V, and ends with a Y. Both of them has a structure like this. Now if you ulta it, basically it becomes like this. So vexillary always will be looking like this. So this has to be vexillary. A is vexillary for sure. Now I can eliminate this particular option. It cannot be D because A is imbricate over here. That's wrong. So A is vexillary. Next thing that you have over here is what? Baba, look at this particular petal arrangement. Some of them, they're totally inside. Some of them are totally outside. One is inside, one is outside. There is what? Irregular arrangement. It's not natural, normal arrangement. It is going to be irregular arrangement. So irregular for imbricate. Irregular for imbricate. So which is that option? So B option is that which is having imbricate as an option, so I'll cut off the third one also. Cool. Now what about the C option? C option, if at all you see, Baba, you will be able to find that one side is inside, one side is outside. This is constant for all of them. One is inside, one is outside. This is known as twisted. It's known as what? Twisted aestivation out there. And finally, the one where everything is normal. All of them are just touching end to end. There is no, there is no over, what do you call that term as? I forgot. Okay, anyways. So they are not outcompeting. No, it's not outcompeting. What do you call that term? Overlapping. Yeah, they are not overlapping amongst each other. So that is why it is going to be valvate. Okay. So everyone who said the answer is A for this particular question. Perfect, Macha. You are going absolutely great. And those of you said B, because I saw most of you were saying B as the answer. I hope now you have got the way to remember it as well. Vexillary, V and Y, both of them are V. Basically, this is vexillary. Okay, imbricate means irregular. You will not understand which one is overlapping, which one is not. Okay, twisted means only one will be down, one side will be up. And finally, valvate means all of them are together. Now answers are coming true. Yeah, that is how it goes. Answer will be coming true. Oh no. So is it clear to everyone? If it's clear, just give me a thumbs up. And by the way, everyone who is here, drink some water, hydrate yourself and be happy. Yeah? Even if you get the questions wrong, be happy. Write it down somewhere that I need to be thorough with the questions. Cool. Ma'am, what happened, Mahesh? It happens. Macha, don't worry. You will be able to do good. Okay, perfect. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up. Let's go ahead. Guys, we'll see PU2 questions that will be making you happy. Do not worry, okay? This question will be very easy for everyone who understood that dicot and monocot root and stuff like that. Okay, if you were able to understand that, this also will be super clear to you. Match the column 1 with column 2 and choose the correct option. So you have column 1 over here, you have column 2 over here, you have to choose the correct options. Radial conjoint is given to you. Open closed is also given to you. Now you give me the answer for this. Ma'am, watching your class by eating grapes. Give me also some Okay. Mahesh, I want to see you in real. Come to Diksha Vedantu campus. Okay. When is the full length mock test tomorrow? Tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Taro says the answer for this question is C, and Siddhalanga says it is A. Okay, guys, are you trying? Everyone, ma'am, your next class tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Okay? Guys, by the way, everyone has subscribed to the channel. If not, subscribe to the channel right now. So all of you are saying A. Okay. Ma'am, you and your teaching is beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so guys, since you guys are saying A, I have to check it out, and I'll check it out whether you are able to understand things or not. Okay, with this I'll understand it. Radial, and you're saying A goes with 2. A goes with 2. A is 2. 2 is what? Dicot root. Radial, root. Okay, correct. Campbell ring between the xylem and the phloem. Yes, sir. Dicots which are there, they are always going to be what? They are always going to be showing open thing. Open arrangement means they will be having Campbell ring, and basically if at all you're talking about a root, then it has to be having a radial type of arrangement also. Baba, correct. B goes with 4. Let me see. Conjoint and open. Conjoint is a feature of stem, right? And open, again, it is found in what? Stem only, dicot only. So this goes with this. Oh my God, ooh la la. Okay, radial is there, and you are saying that without Campbell ring. Radial means root, and if at all you do not have Campbell ring, that means it has to be monocot root. It has to be a monocot root. So this goes with this. C goes with 3, and finally conjoint and closed. Conjoint means xylem and phloem are arranged together. This is a feature of what? This is a feature of stem, and here it is stated closed. Closed means there is no Campbell ring. If there is no Campbell ring, it has to be monocot stem, and basically with that you have got the answer 1, and you know what? You guys are awesome. Now you tell me, with one question's understanding, okay, you have understood one previous question, and with that understanding, if you're able to solve this question, isn't that great? Tell me. Isn't that absolutely great? Right? Guys, are you happy solving this particular question? Is there anyone who needs an explanation for this question? Roots typically have radial vascular bundles. Dicot roots have fewer xylem. Yes. Perfect. Yeah. Mahesh, class is boring, da. It's okay, macha. Even if it's boring, please study. Okay. Hazra says no. Okay. Perfect. Pradna says no. You're not understanding is what you're meaning. Should I explain it once more? Yeah. Guys, I'll just explain it once more. Okay. I think there are some people who joined late. Listen. Conjoint means you have phloem over here, you will be having xylem over here. Phloem and xylem. This is a unique feature of what? Stem and also leaves. Okay. Now stem, you know there are two types. One is dicot and one is monocot. Both the stem are going to be conjoint, but one is going to be having a Campbell ring in between. And this Campbell ring is going to form what? Secondary phloem and secondary xylem. Okay. So we say whenever it has a Campbell ring in between, this arrangement is open to what? Change. This is found in the case of dicots. They have open arrangement. That basically means they have the Campbell ring. On the other hand, if you talk about monocots, they will not be having the Campbell ring over here, which is why we say it is what, Baba? It is going to be closed since there is no cambium. No cambium. So here the question is, wherever you're able to find conjoint. Okay. Conjoint open is there. Conjoint open means it has to be what? A dicot stem. Okay. Because conjoint and it is open. Conjoined closed means it has to be what? A monocot stem. Again, conjoined means stem only, but monocot, why? Because it is closed over here, right? That is a basic logic. Now, radial arrangement is where you will be finding the xylem, sorry, the phloem and the xylem. The phloem and the xylem in alternate pattern. They are not together. They are not closed up together over here. This is usually seen in the case of roots. If it is dicot root, again it will be open. If it is monocot root, again it will be closed. And with that, you will be able to find the answer. Okay, clear? Is this particular thing clear to you? So radial is there, that means it has to be root, and it says that Campbell ring is there. Campbell ring is there, that means it has to be dicot. So dicot root will be the one that goes with the first one. Cool? Clear, right? Yo. So it's like, you know what, when you go, okay. Ma'am, nimdu uru yavdu, ma'am. So I am basically born and brought up in Madhya Pradesh, but my roots are from Kerala. I'm Malayali. Okay? Yes. Today class is there afternoon. Yes. Your afternoon class is of physics previous year paper. So be there. Join the live and do as many questions as you can. Yeah? Is this thing clear to everyone? Can you give me a thumbs up, guys? How long is the live? I do not know. We have reached the 12th question. Probably might be going up to 12:31. Okay. If it's clear, can we go ahead? Yes, perfect. Guys, next question number 13 that we have over here, and that is, which of the following statement are correct with respect to frogs? With respect to frogs, you have to tell which one is the correct one, okay? Bidders, canals, ma'am, we are human beings. How will we know about frogs? But that is what NCERT wants from you. They need you to know about frogs also. Bidders, canals are present in male frogs. Okay, copulatory pads are present in female frog. Sound producing vocal sacs are present in male frogs. Cloaca is present in male frog only. What do you have to find out? You have to find out which one is correct. Now listen to me. Basic logic. I do not know about bidders, canal and stuff like that. So basically I have to go with things that probably I could be knowing. Copulatory pads are present in the female frogs. Wrong. Listen, the female frog will be here, the male frog on the top of it, and basically to hold the female frog, it needs what? The copulatory pads. So it is not a feature for the female frog. This is found in what? The male frogs. So this particular statement, I'll say it is incorrect. You have to find what is correct. Okay. Next thing that I could probably know is what? Sound producing vocal sacs are present in male frogs. Yes, that is correct. Male frogs, basically they are calling out for mating with the help of what? With the help of the sound producing vocals out there. So I'll say this is correct. C1 is correct. Now cloaca is present in male frog only. Wrong. Cloaca is a common opening for what? The urogenital tract, for the other excretory tract. There's a lot of tracts which are there, my dear children. All of them are going to open via the cloaca in both the male as well as the female frog. So this is also going to be wrong. So B and D are wrong, I know that. B and D are wrong. So wherever I see D option, I can just cut off that option, and also when I see B option, I can cut off. What am I left with? I'm just left with A and C. A and C. According to A and C, C is correct and A is also correct. Bidders canals are present in the male frog. Yes. What is bidders canal? You just think. In the case of males also, Baba, they also have testes. Okay, the sperms are being produced there. The sperms, Baba, they go to the kidney first. They go to the kidney first. And in the kidney, you have to separate the urine from the sperms. So who is the one that takes up all the sperms? The bidders canal, which is there. That is the one who says that sperm, you come over here and you please go through this particular place. Okay, so that is bidders canal in the case of male frog. So that is correct actually. A is also correct, and I'll show you a picture for that. So listen, here you have the testis, right? The testis is there. The testis is going to release what? The sperms. The sperms will be travel through the seminiferous tubules, the rete testis, the vasa efferentia, and all of it. And as you can see, they come out, they get into this particular duct that you can see over here. This duct that is there, or the canal which is there, is known as the bidders canal, through which the sperm is going to travel. Is this particular thing clear to you now? Yeah, vocal sacs are secondary sexual characteristics of male frog, used to amplify their croaking to attract their mates. Exactly, king. Okay, clear? So the answer for this question is 1. If at all it is clear, just give me a quick thumbs up. Come on. And everyone who gave me the answer, I am seeing you. I know who is giving me the answer. Please forgive me if at all I'm not able to read out your names. It is too long list, but I appreciate your efforts. You guys are doing on really great. Okay? Yes. Ma'am, break. We'll take break after some time, dear. At least 30 questions, okay? Then we will be half time, then we can take break. Thank you so much, Siddhalinga. Okay. Mahesh, can you tell the 13th question once more? Yes, I can tell the 13th question once more. Bidder's canal are present in male frog. Yes, we just studied about it. Bidder's canals are what? Basically, the sperms which are there in the testis, they are going to go into the kidney. Now, in the kidney, urine will also be there. You have to separate it from the sperms. So, which is why the sperms are not going to get directly into the kidney. They move into what? The Bidder's canals out there. So, this is a unique feature for the male frog, which is why this particular statement is correct. Now, copulatory pads are present in female frog. Wrong. Copulatory pads is for holding the females, and that is found in the case of males, not female. So this is wrong statement. Next one, sound producing vocal sacs are present in male frogs only. Yes, they do quack quack, and basically they attract the females out there. So the sound producing vocal sacs are present in the case of male frogs only. That is also correct. So with that, A and C is correct. Now what about D? Cloaca is present in male frog only. Wrong. Cloaca is going to be present in both the male and the female frog, and it's a common opening that is there for the urogenital thing, for everything out there. Okay, so that is the reason. So A and C are the only options which are correct, and here goes the answer for that. Cool? Yes. Perfect. Let's now go to the next question out there, and that is this. The reserve material in prokaryote cells are stored in the cytoplasm in the form of what? Exclusion and inclusion bodies, fat bodies, exclusion bodies, inclusion bodies. What do you think is the answer for this particular question, Machas? Come on. Ma'am, hi. Srinija, hello dear. You're most welcome, Mahesh. Okay. Guys, tell me, what do you think is the answer for this question? And everyone, don't forget to smile. Be happy. Do not be tensed. Hajra says D. Lakshmi says it is D. Siddhalinga says D. Kavya says it is D. Rekha has a different answer altogether. Okay. Siddhalinga, change the answer. Oh, no. It's the same. It's D only. Okay. Pradhani says it is B. Anjali says it is D. Nisha says D. Rekha and Panvit says D. Kodrik, it's D. No. Kodrik, it's asking 2. No. Think. King says it is D. Okay. Nalini says it is D. Tarun says it is D. Rohit Gowda. Shri Lahari says hi. Okay. So most of you guys are saying the answer for this question is D. The answer is actually D. Inclusion bodies. So Baba, they are prokaryotes. Prokaryotes, do you think they have membrane bound? Sorry, they have membrane-bound cell organelles? No, they do not have membrane-bound cell organelles. So all of the thing which is there, if at all they want to store up something, or for example protein granules, all the proteins will be coming together like this. They are going to form a granule sort of setup out there. This is known as inclusion bodies. They do not have membrane-bound stuff, okay? They just come together all together, and that is known as inclusion bodies. So they are going to store things in the cytoplasm in the form of inclusion body. That is your answer. In the previous slide, you know what? Before this 15 days challenge was ongoing. In that I have taken, I think, 7 classes where I came chapter by chapter with all the PU2 chapters. Okay, I gave the previous year questions, I gave you some extra questions also to solve, and then I came with one session, the last one, where I had solved only PU1 questions. If you have not watched those things, at least refer to the PDFs. It is definitely going to help you out, okay, if you have time. Prokaryotes, reserve materials are stored in the cytoplasm in the form of inclusion bodies. Yes, exactly. Perfect. So all of you gave me the answers correct. All of you gave me the wrong answers. Good. You are learning. Okay, we are learning together. Ravana and Vijay and Tier, everyone. Perfect, dear. Let's go on to the next question then. If it's clear, guys, give me a thumbs up. We'll move on to the next question. If it's clear. Inclusion bodies, okay? Hello, Sakshi. Okay, so perfect. I think it's clear. Hazra says, give me thumbs up, and no one else? Okay, perfect. Thank you. So let's go with the next question out there. The cell wall less prokaryote among the following is, this is going to be easy peasy cheesy. The cell wall less prokaryote among the following is cyanobacteria, mycoplasma, bacteria, or blue-green algae. the one that does not have cell wall. It's a prokaryote. Listen, all prokaryotes have cell wall usually, but this one is the odd one out, and this one is the smallest prokaryote, and they can live without oxygen also. I have given you all the clues. Now give me the answer. Okay, Siddhaling says it is B, Rekha says B, Deepa, thank you for giving the thumbs up, dear. Kavya says B, Pratana, Manjunath, Nandini, and Panvit, and Praveen, and Rukhaya. Okay, Lakshmi, Quadri Kids, Nisha, Tarun, everyone, Muhammad, Mustaq, everyone, Lakshmi, Rohit, perfect, Anita, name, my name is Jasmine. Okay, so the answer for this question is going to be Mycoplasma. Mycoplasma is basically the smallest prokaryote ever, and it is the one that, you know, always the younger siblings. I am also a younger one, okay, in my family. They are very unique. Okay. So these guys, usually prokaryotes have cell wall, but this guy does not have cell wall. Okay, and this is the smallest one also, and basically this can live without oxygen as well. Okay, so please remember all this unique feature. This is very important. Okay, M3Y, I saw you, don't spam. Okay, the answer for this question is going to be 2. I hope this is clear to all of you. If it's clear, just give me a thumbs up. Well, I don't think I needed a thumbs up over here. It's a very easy question, right? So I think we'll save our time and move to the next question out there. The graph showing the concept of activation energy of enzyme is given below. Okay. So this is the graph that is there, Baba. Over here, you have the potential energy and the progress of the reaction. I'll just explain you the answer and I'll explain you the question and you tell me the answer, okay? So here you have the substrate, S. The substrate is going to undergo reaction, and is going to give me the product, macha, okay? Now listen, from here to here, you see 2 curves, one like this and one going up like this. Okay, one is mentioned as N and one is mentioned as M. I have been asked, what does this mean altogether? So if at all you use the logic, we get to understand that substrate is going to make the product with only little amount of energy over here, only little amount of energy. But here it needs so much amount of energy. Potential energy is needed as what? Too much to basically convert the substrate to the product. Now, if at all you now look at the options, you will be able to answer the question easily. Observe the graph and choose the correct option for M and N. M is where high temperature is there, high activation energy is there, and N is where low temperature is there and low activation energy is there. About temperature, obviously I cannot get to understand with the help of this, but anyway, high and low activation energy is something that is understandable, right? So it says that M has high activation energy. Yes. What do you mean by activation energy? Activation energy means the minimum amount of energy required for starting off what? A reaction out there. And if at all you need lots of energy in that means you're not using an enzyme there. If you need less amount of energy, that means you're taking the help of an enzyme, and enzyme will do all the work. Okay. So the next statement is M states high substrate, high activation energy. N is low substrate, low activation energy. Okay, again we do not know about substrate and high. If substrate is always equal only, what are they saying? We do not understand. Third one says activation energy without enzyme, and N is activation energy with enzyme. Exactly. M is basically what? The activation energy that you will need if at all you do not have anyone to help. Lots of efforts you have to put in. But over here, if at all you see you have someone to help, then obviously it is going to be lesser efforts. The one that helping is what? The enzyme out there. Which is why the answer for this question is going to be C, that is 3. And all of you guys, I saw that you said the answer was C. Hello TR, DIY world. Hello. Okay, so everyone who gave me the answer as C, kudos to you. You guys are doing awesome work out there. Perfect. Okay, and last one, activation energy with the enzyme and activation energy without enzyme. That obviously does not work. So is this question clear to you? It's a basic logic that you have to apply over here. If the logic is clear, then you will be able to solve more questions on the base of this as well. Clear, Namacha? All good? Yes, Shashikala. Yes, Anvita, Panvit and Nisha and Rekha and TRY, Quadri Kids, Pratana, Kavana and Mahboob and everyone, Apurva, Hazira and Pratana, Nandini, Nisha, everyone out there, Vijay, Kula. Yes, perfect. Let's go ahead. Hiya, yo. Okay. Now this is one of my favorite thing, because in cell cycle and cell division from past whatever years I am able to see at least one question coming from meiosis. So be prepared, you can also get one question from meiosis. Okay, match the stages of prophase 1 given in column 1 with their features in column 2 and choose the correct options from the choices given below. Leptotin, zygotin, picotin, diplotin, dikinesis. Shall I explain this concept to you first and then you solve the questions, or you want to solve the question altogether once? Tell me fast. I'll explain the concept in 2 minutes if you want. Usaid, hello. If you want, I can explain this concept to you. You will be able to solve any question from meiosis. I guarantee that in 2 minutes. Okay, some people have already started giving me the answer. Panvit says B, Nisha says B, and Rohit says B, King says B, and all of you are saying B. Explain. Some people are saying explain, which is why I'll switch on to the explanation mode. I know you guys know the answer. Okay, you guys are awesome, but yeah, I think that some people need help as well, right? So the lazy thing, so the logic goes like this. Okay, in meiosis 1, you know there will be prophase 1, there will be metaphase 1, there will be anaphase 1, and there will be telophase 1, and then basically all the thing, and again the meiosis 2 happens, right? Here we are focusing on prophase 1 because this is where you get more of the questions. In that you have lazy zebras play during day. Lazy zebras play during day. Lazy means leptotin. Zebra means zygotin. Play means picotin. Okay, and during day, during means you have diplotin. Ayyo, why is not working? Just a second. Yeah, diplotin. And finally, at last, at the end we die, right? So it is dikinesis. So lazy zebra plays during the day. Now the logic goes like this. In leptotin, what is going to happen? Sorry, leptotin. It's not leptotin, leptotin. What is going to happen? Basically, the chromatin fibers which were there, okay, they were like fibers. They will condense now to look like chromosomes. They are going to condense now and they are going to look like chromosomes. So I'll say chromatin condensation happens over here. Initially they were like this, they have condensed to form chromosomes. Now before I go ahead explaining all this thing, you need to understand one more logic. The logic goes like this. Baba, we say that we get chromosomes from both of our parents, okay? That means suppose I've got one chromosome over here from one of my parent. Similarly, I'll get another chromosome from another one of my parent, okay? Before the meiosis begins, you know that basically they are going to undergo replication. So if at all there was one chromosome strand over here, it might have undergone replication and you have got one more strand parallel to it. Okay? Okay, what do you call this strand which is being formed over here? Basically, you say it's a chromatid. Both of them, they are chromatids. Both of them, they are chromatids. And we say since they are belonging to the same chromosome, I'll say it is what? Sister chromatids. I use this term, sister chromatids. Do you count it as what chromosome only? Yes. Why? Because it has only one centromere. I'll say it's one chromosome having two sister chromatids. Okay, done. What about this particular chromatid and this particular chromatid? Basically, they are non-sister chromatids. Why? Because they are not joined together with the help of one centromere. So I'll say they are what? Non-sister chromatid out there. Okay. So I got the logic, ma'am. I had one chromosome from one parent, another chromosome from another parent. Basically, I'll call these chromosomes as what? Homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes, why? Because if at all I see at this particular position, I will be having a gene for height. Here also I will be having a gene for height. So these chromosomes which are there, they're going to code for the same thing. It can have different alleles. I can have capital T allele over here and it can have small t allele over here. Anyway, it has a gene for height only, no? So this is why I'll say they are homologous chromosomes. Now I know that basically they have undergone replication. They also have one sister chromatids each. Done. And these two things are what? Non-sister chromatids. Done. Okay. So what happens now? Over here, you have got, they were in the form of chromatins. They have condensed now to form the chromosomes over here. Now what happens in zygotin? Zygotin, no, one important thing happens. These homologous chromosomes which are there, one chromosome And the next chromosome says that, can we be friends? Let's be friends over here. So basically they come together to form friendship out there. And which is why they're going to be close to each other with the help of one very important thing which is known as synaptonemal complex. We say that synapses have taken place over here, or synaptonemal complex formation have taken place over here. These homologous chromosomes have come together, right? And now I'll call this as bivalent. They are known as bivalent because one chromosome, second chromosome. That is why it is known as bivalent also. So if at all a question comes, where does synapses form? Here. Where does bivalent form? Over here itself. Okay. Now they are too close. What is going to happen? If they are too close, probably they are going to share little stuffs amongst each other. So basically, my dear children, these chromosomes which are there, the homologous chromosomes which are too close as of now, they are going to cross over between them. Okay. They are going to cross over between amongst each other, because since they are very much close over here, and this crossing over, first of all, crossing over happens over here, and this crossing over happens with the help of one particular enzyme which is very important. It is known as recombinase. So initially they were just condensed to form chromosomes. Now they form synapses and they form the bivalents. Now they have exchanged stuff also. This is known as crossing over, and this is done with the help of recombinase. This happens in picatin stage. So step by step you just remember. Now some problem happened between them. The homologous chromosomes were like, no, I am going to break up. I cannot take it up anymore. Okay, so there some problem happened, which is why what happens, my dear children, the synaptonemal complex which is there, it is going to get dissolved. Okay, it is going to get dissolved. So basically, we say synaptonemal complex which is there, it is dissolved. Ma'am, if it is dissolved, still are they attached at some points? Yes. Since crossing over had taken place over here, Baba, it will be still attached at some places out there. This unique places where they are still attached, you say basically they are forming something that is known as chiasmata. You know, breakup is really hard. We are still attached over there, so there will be still attachment still over there, and these points are known as what? Chiasmata. But by this point of time, synaptonemal complex and everything went off. Until this, is it clear to everyone out there? Until this, is it clear to everyone? Yeah. And finally, what happens, Baba? In dikinesis, it says that, Macha, I know we have been good to each other, but anyway, we have to still break up. So they move away totally from each other. But again, when they move away totally from each other, they cannot exactly move away. Okay, they will be still attached towards each of them with the help of chiasmata. But the only thing is that the chiasmata which is there, it will be moving away. It will be moving to the terminal positions. It will be moving to what? The terminal position. So I say terminalization of chiasmata takes place over here. Terminalization of chiasmata takes place over here. So that is the logic. And now I am going to just revise. Listen to me. Lazy zebras plays during day. In lazy, what is happening? Chromatin which is there, they're condensing to form the chromosomes. The homologous chromosomes are, Macha, I am here. They come together. And basically they form synaptonemal complex between each of them. They are now glued together. This is known as formation of bivalent. This happens in zygote. Now listen to me. Since they are glued together, they will be exchanging some stuff over there. When they exchange, what do you call this as? Crossing over. This happens with the help of enzyme recombinase. Recombinase, this is very important. You have got so many questions on the basis of this. Finally, Baba, breakup happens. This is like, I cannot be together with you. So synaptonemal complex which is there, that goes off, but they're still attached at some point. This is known as chiasmata. So we say chiasmata formation happens over here, and the dissolution of synaptonemal complex also happens over here. Now dikinesis, they are going to die without each other, but they have reached the terminal position. What has reached the terminal position? Basically, when they stretch up, the chiasmata moves towards the terminal position of the chromosomes out there, and that is known as dikinesis. Ayyo. Okay, your teaching was excellent. Thank you so much. Sirilinga, thank you so much. Okay, so now I hope this is clear. If at all you want to take a screenshot of this, you can, because it won't be there in the PDF. Okay, I'm moving away. Okay, so Now the question which goes like this: leptotin, zygotin, picotin, diplotin, dikinesis. The easiest one for everyone to spot will be dikinesis. Dikinesis, what happens, Baba? Terminalization of chiasm matter happens. Terminalization of chiasm matter happens. So E goes with 4. E goes with 5. I just have 3 options. I can cut off this option. Okay. Now first one, let's find out that leptotin. Leptotin is where the chromosomes are going to be visible under the under the microscope out there, right? Chromosomes will start becoming visible out there. So leptotin goes with 2. Okay. Zygotin, lazy zebras play during day. Zygotin is the place where finally they are going to come together, right? They form the the homologous chromosome come together, form the bivalents and stuff like that. So what is the thing that is given over here? Chromosomes start pairing together. Yeah, B goes with 4. Pichitin is where they're going to start exchanging things. So exchange of genetic material happens in pichitin. Diplotin is basically when they undergo breakup, so dissolution happens. So which is why the answer for your question is going to be what? It is going to be 2. So everyone who gave me the answer as B, yes, perfect. You guys are absolutely clear, and I hope you will be able to solve each and every question coming from cell cycle and cell division. Okay. Perfect. Apurva, Manasa, Quadrikich, Shashikala, Kavana, Chiru, Rukhaya, and Tarun, HM Nandi, and everyone, Mahesh, Anvi. So, ma'am, you teach. Thank you so much, Shweta. So, Paru, I'm back. Yes. So that is a logic out there, and everyone who gave me the answer before even before explaining, kudos to you as well. Ayyo. Now, next question, question number 18. Read the given statement and choose the correct option. Come on, let's go ahead. Statement number 1. In Calvin cycle, carboxylation is catalyzed by PEP carboxylase. Statement number 2. In Hatch-Slack pathway, carboxylation is catalyzed by RUBP carboxylase. Baba, Calvin cycle, Hatch-Slack pathway, everything is the same thing, only we are talking about what? We are talking about the dark reaction, obviously the C3 cycle, right? In both of these cases, Baba, carboxylation is going to happen with the help of what? RUBP, ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase, right? Rubisco is what we say it. But here it is said in Calvin cycle, carboxylation is catalyzed by PEP carboxylase. Wrong. That is in the case of C4 cycle. In the case of C4 cycle, things are going to be quite different, right? So what do you think is the answer for this particular question? Okay, Siddhalinga says it is A, and RG Patil says, okay. Kavana says it is A, King says it is B, Zubeda A, Pratna A, Nisha says B, Anvi says 91 na, what is happening there? Ramya says A, Apurva says B, Anvi, Ayman says 3, okay. So different answers are there. And most of you guys are saying the answer for this question is B. Some people are saying it is A. Let me check out. So, statement 1 is false. Is statement 1 false? Yes, because Calvin cycle as in C3 cycle, carboxylation is catalyzed by RUBP carboxylase, not PEP carboxylase. This is why this particular statement is wrong. In Hatch-Slack pathway, carboxylation is catalyzed by RUBP carboxylase. Yes, it is. That means Calvin cycle only. It means C3 cycle only. So here it is done by this guy. So I will say statement 1 is false, whereas statement 2 is true. It is going to be statement 1 is false, but statement 2 is true. The answer for this question is going to be A na, Baba. Why B? Why B? Why are children saying it is B? Just a second, okay? Okay, just a second. I did a mistake, it seems. Okay, there is a mistake being spotted up there. In Calvin cycle, okay. Oh, just a second. This is going to be C4. This is going to be C3. In that particular case, carboxylation is catalyzed by, this is anyways wrong, this is also going to be wrong. Okay. Yes, it is going to be B. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Forgive me, guys, where are you? Yes, the answer is going to be B, 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 B. Why? Listen, Calvin cycle is basically C3 cycle, right? In C3 cycle, you have RuBP carboxylase to fix, or basically, yeah, to fix carbon dioxide. Whereas in Haslak pathway, carboxylation is catalyzed by RuBP carboxylase. It is in the second phase. It is in the second phase being done, but in the first phase it is being done by PEP carboxylase. It is being in the first stage. It is being done by PEP carboxylase. So if at all you see that over here, okay, if I talk about the C4 cycle, which is Haslak pathway, CO2 enters into the mesophyll cells. The first guy to fix the CO2 is PEP carboxylase. It basically combines with PEP, that was phosphoenol pyruvate, to convert into oxaloacetate, and this is being done by PEP carboxylase. This is basically C4 cycle that is happening. Later in the C4 cycle, again here the C3 also takes place, where what exactly happens, the mallet which is being formed gives the CO2, and the CO2 is being taken up by the Calvin cycle with the help of RuBP carboxylase. So always remember, in C3 it is going to be RuBP carboxylase that fixes things. It is going to be PEP carboxylase in the case of C4 cycle out there. In the case of C4 cycle out there, which is why the answer for this question should be B, but if at all I have marked it like this, I think there is something that is being missed. Because in Haslak pathway, carboxylation is catalyzed by RuBP carboxylase. In the second phase it is, in the first phase it's not. So we cannot say it's totally wrong. Guys, we'll keep this question as a hold. Okay, and I'll recheck it once more because it has two logics to be applied. I'll come back to with this particular question towards the end. Okay, so we'll mark this question, question number 18. We'll come back to this question once more. I have to check what is the answer that KEA has given. Okay, cool. Because in Haslak also it is being taken, it is also being fixed by RuBP carboxylase in the next phase, right? So that is the thing. Yeah, works? Yes, perfect. Now question number 19, which is there, the TCA cycle starts with the condensation of acetyl group with what? With what? The TCA cycle starts with the condensation of acetyl group with what? Alpha ketoglutaric acid, succinic acid, oxaloacetic acid, or citric acid. What do you think is the answer for this? TCA means tricarboxylic acid cycle. Okay, or basically what do you call as Krebs cycle. In Krebs cycle, the acetyl group of acetyl-CoA comes up with what? Comes up and joins with what? This one, this one, this one, or this one. What do you think is the answer? Hazara says the answer for this question is C. Okay, Siddhalinga says it is C, and King says it is C, Camera says it is B. Okay, Numan says it is C, Mahbub says it is C, Kavana says it is. Most of you are saying it is C only. Nisha and Anvi and Shankar, Ramya, perfect. Kavana, okay. So the answer for this particular question is going to be oxaloacetic acid or oxaloacetate. That is the one that is going to take the acetyl group of acetyl-CoA. If at all you do not remember it, please look at this particular diagram. This picture is important for everyone, okay. So this is oxaloacetate matcha that is there. It is having 4 carbon, which is denoted by 4 rounds out there. It has 4 carbon, okay. Acetyl-CoA comes in. Acetyl-CoA has 2 carbon, yeah, and over here the acetyl group out there combines with the oxaloacetate, and now how many carbon compound are we going to? We already had 4, we are taking 2 from here, so 4 plus 2, basically 6 carbon compound, that is known as citrate. That is known as citrate. So who is the one that takes up the acetyl group of acetyl-CoA? It is oxaloacetate. That is a question for you, right? It is going to be oxaloacetate. Fine, but please know all this logic out there. Until now, here you have got 6. From 6 it is going to reduce to 5. Okay, from 5 it is going to reduce to what? 4 as well. Please remember this. This is very, very important. Which are the 4 carbon compounds? You need to know. Okay, you need to know about them. So the answer for this question is oxaloacetate, and that's it. Is this particular question clear to everyone? Is this thing clear to everyone? Guys, please do not talk amongst each other. Yeah? It will be really great if you do not. Is it clear? If it's clear, just give me a thumbs up, because here the question is very simple. The condensation of acetyl group happens with what? Oxaloacetate. It gives what? Citrate. Okay? Okay. Perfect. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up. And for those of you who are talking amongst each other, please don't talk. You know what? As a teacher who is just sitting here alone and teaching you guys in a studio which just has a camera and no students, it feels very bad when you guys start talking. Okay, it feels that, oh my God, what am I actually doing? Are these children actually listening and stuff like that, right? So please don't do that. Siddhaling, thank you so much, dear, for keeping up that motivation. Yes. No, I did not have my food. Okay, let's go ahead. Question number 20. Match the plant growth hormones of column 1 with suitable chemical derivatives present in column 2 and choose the correct option given below. So you have abscisic acid, gibberellin, you have kinetin, and you have auxin. These are what plant hormones. And basically you have to choose from here. Okay, choose from here. You have to match it. This is from the chapter Plant Growth Hormone and Development. 3. Chiru says the answer is 3. Okay, what about others? Guys, I'll give you a break after question number 30. Okay, once we have reached question number 30, we'll take a break. Chiru says 3. What about others? What do you think is the answer for this particular question? Is it? That's so great, fashion. Thank you, say thank you, and thank you, Kanchuk. Okay. Mahboob says it is 3, and RJ Patil says it is C. King has said it is A. Tarun says C. Nishal says A. Multiple answers. Well, there's a confusion between A and C, is it? Is there a confusion between A and C? Let's check it out. I'll tell you the easiest one to spot out, okay? Always remember kinetin, which is there, or basically a type of cytokinin, okay, which is there, it is adenine derivative. You have got questions on the basis of this. They have said kinetin, which is taken from an adenine derivative. It's a purine, it's a pyrimidine. So you know adenine and guanine, they come under purine, right? So a question came on the basis of this, which is why I clearly remember kinetin, which is there, it's an adenine derivative. So C is going to go with what? C is going to go with 1. Apart from that, one more thing which is pretty much famous is what? Auxin. Auxin, a type of auxin is indole acetic acid. It is indole acetic acid, a natural form of auxin out there. You know, synthetic form of auxin is also there. So I say D goes with 2. D goes with 2. I have 2 options. I can cut off the other options. Okay. And C goes with 1. C goes with 1. I just have one option, which is why the answer for this question is going to be 1 only. Eliminate the things that you are very sure of. Okay. Now we're left with abscisic acid and gibberellin. So your answer for this particular question is going to be this. A is going to go with 3. It is abscisic acid is a carotenoid derivative. Okay. Gibberellin basically get from terpenes. Kinetin, as I said, adenine derivative, and auxin, which is there, it is basically example for this is indole acetic acid. So those of you who said C is the answer, guys, macha, please check. The answer for this question is going to be A. It is going to be A. Okay. Is that clear to everyone out there? Spot. Listen, I am assuming that everyone cannot learn everything in few days gap. So we have to spot certain things and we have to remember it. One such thing is this. Kinetin, adenine derivative. Adenine is a purine. Auxin, indole acetic acid. Remember this, probably this information can be helpful for you in some ways in the other questions that is there. Yeah, Codric says, oh no. Now I hope it's clear. Yeah. If this question is clear to everyone out there, can you give me a thumbs up quickly? Can you give me a quick thumbs up? Yes, ma'am. Yes, my boo. Okay. Yes, perfect. Thank you for the thumbs up. Let's go. So I think this is going to be one of the last questions of PU1. I think so, okay. The respiratory mechanism controlled, no, this is second last, I think. The respiratory mechanism controlled by medulla oblongata can be altered by. The respiratory mechanism, respiration and everything is controlled by medulla oblongata. It is very important part of your brain, right? It is right over here. It forms the brainstem. Now, it can be altered by what? The pneumotaxic as well as chemosensitive areas of pons and medulla oblongata, the corpus callosum of the brain, the pneumotaxic center in the pons, the chemosensitive area in the medulla. Now, this is from the chapter Neural Control and Coordination. Again, repeated questions are not being seen from this chapter. Different questions are being seen. That means it's a chapter that is difficult to score. If you have got time, you can go through the one shot of this towards the end. Previous year, it gave 2 questions. Okay, it gave 2 questions. Usually, it has given 1 question only. Okay, ma'am, can I take a picture? Yes, please go ahead. So most of you saying the answer for this question is what? Let me see. Hi ma'am, hello Rafat, hello Srujan, and okay. So most of you are not giving me the answers. C. Okay. Camera video says it is C. Manoj says it is C. Irfan says C. Mahboob says C. Samhit says it is C. Guys, are you sure about this? Check once more. Recheck it once more. Probably we might have a different answer to give. It is going to be A. Why A? For those of you who do not understand the logic of it, listen to me carefully. The pneumotaxic center which is there, it is there in the pons, and basically it controls the rate of breathing. It is the one that controls the rate of breathing. On the other hand, rate of breathing is also being controlled with one very another thing, that is the chemosensitive area of the medulla oblongata, where it is going to detect the amount of CO2, that is carbon dioxide, and the pH. Okay, amount of CO2 and the pH. Listen, if the amount of CO2 is more in our body, obviously we have to increase the rate of breathing, because then only we'll get more amount of oxygen. So both of them are going to come together, and that is how, okay, that is how the respiratory mechanism is going to be controlled. So respiratory mechanism controlled by medulla oblongata can be altered by the pneumotaxic and the chemosensitive areas of pons and medulla oblongata, which is why the answer for this particular question is going to be A. It is going to be A. Is it clear? Pneumotaxic area is there in the pons, okay, chemosensitive area is there in the medulla oblongata. Both of them are going to help in controlling the respiratory mechanism. That is, so that role is given to medulla oblongata totally, but both of them play their equal shares, okay, which is why the answer for this question is A. If it's clear, give me a thumbs up. I know it's a out of beat question out there, it's difficult to understand, but yeah. Medulla situated adjacent to the rhythm center in the medulla. This area is highly sensitive, and yes, exactly. Is this clear to everyone out there? I know this question can make us go nuts, but cool. Shall we go ahead with the next question? Yes, perfect. Thank you, and please remember it, okay? Pneumotaxic P, and it's in pons, okay? And yeah, chemosensitive area C and CO2 detects the CO2. It's there in medulla oblongata. Cool. Okay, which among the three layers of the blood vessel wall, tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica externa, is comparatively thin in the case of veins? This is a very easy question. Come on, Macha, do it. Okay, you have been asked, there are three wall layers in the case of blood vessels. Okay, one is tunica intima, that is going to be the innermost layer. Then tunica media is there, that is the middle layer, and tunica externa, that is the outermost layer. So, which one is going to be comparatively thinner in the case of a vein? In the case of a vein, tunica externa, or both tunica media and tunica externa, or tunica media or tunica intima. What do you think is the answer for this? Try out. Think logically over here. Okay, there is no ratification that is going to be applied over here. You have to think logically. King says the answer for this question is C, and Amalu says it is 33. I am assuming you meant 3, right? And Lakshmini says, oh sorry, ISK, I do not know. Is it Lakshmi? Yes, C. And Geeta says has a different answer. Passionate. Okay, and Hazira says it is C, Apurva says C, Tarun says C, Manoj says C, and Mahbub also says C, Anvi, Ramya, Varun, and Baswaraj is also there. Hello. Okay, so most of you guys are saying the answer for this question is C. The answer is C, tunica media. Listen to me. Tunica media is the muscular layer. Okay, and here is our heart. Our heart, Macha, you know, it is the one that pumps the blood. The one that takes the blood away from the heart, A for away and A for artery. The one that takes the blood away from the heart is the one that has to undergo too much amount of pressure. Why? Because your heart is pumping the blood. When the heart pumps the blood, basically the blood is going to fall on the walls like this. So if at all your blood vessel is not strong enough to, to tackle that, your blood vessels are going to break off, right? So the arteries are the ones which will be having huge amount of muscles in the muscular layer. Okay, in the muscular layer, that is the tunica media, it will be very much thick there. It will be very much thick there. Now on the other hand, if we talk about the veins, they are the ones who take the back blood towards the heart. So there is no one to pump the blood towards the heart. They do it by themselves, which is why the pressure is less. Okay, they are chill machas. So what is going to happen? They do not need to have thick tunica media out there. They do not need to have thick muscular layer out there. You get it? So they will be having only thin muscular layer, and that is going to be the answer. So the answer is tunica media. It is relatively thin in the case of veins, and I hope you have understood it. If you have understood it well, give me a thumbs up. If you have not, ask me the question. Okay? Clear? Sadhalinga 21A, 21 na. Yes. Is this question clear to everyone? 22nd question clear to everyone? I think, my audio as well as things are coming a bit slow to you guys, is what I'm assuming. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much guys for giving the thumbs up. Let's go ahead. Oh no, it's not ending. Okay, so in nephron, the transport of substances like sodium chloride and urea is facilitated by special arrangement called the countercurrent mechanism that comprises of what? So when you talk about the countercurrent mechanism of the kidneys, there are two things that plays a major role out there. You have been asked about the two things which are going to play the major role: vasa recta and collecting duct, ascending limb and collecting duct, Henle's loop and vasa recta, Henle's loop and glomerulus. What do you think is the answer for this particular question? Any idea? In nephron, transport of substances like sodium chloride and urea is facilitated by the special arrangement called countercurrent mechanism. Okay, Ammu number. Who is Ammu over here? Okay, Amalu says it is C, King says it is C, Rohit says it is A, Pradhan says it is A. Okay, Rafat and Sagar is saying it is C. Okay, Rohit says A, Hazira says D, Sateri is saying C. Okay, so guys, Hina Kausa says C, Apurva says C, Pranit says C, Tarun says D. Okay, different answers. So you have given me A, B, C, D options to me only. I have to choose from it, right? So if I had to choose the answer would be C, Henle's loop and the vasa recta. Always remember over here, you have the blood vessels being flowing down the Henle's loop. So from Henle's loop to here, the blood vessels are the urine which is there, it is going to be going like this. Whereas on the other hand, the blood which is there, it is going to go like this. So it creates a counter current out there, which is super important for us to safeguard our water content and everything out there. It maintains the osmolarity. So always remember the blood vessels which are there, they're known as vasa recta, and this particular tube that you can see over here is basically the loop of Henle. So which is why the answer for this particular question is going to be this, Henle's loop and vasa recta. They are the one responsible for countercurrent mechanism. One goes like this, other goes like this. Okay, is this okay? Is this clear? Will you be able to remember this? Yeah, and now everyone is saying C, C, C. Okay, so yes, you guys are correct. Is this clear? If yes, can we go ahead to the next question? Dinky chicka, dinky chicka. Those of you who are getting demotivated like this, you will come up when you see the PU2 question, so do not be worried, okay? So, yes. Oh my god, I got scared. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead. PU1 question 24th. In the mechanism of muscle contraction of shortening of muscle, the dash gets reduced whereas dash retain the length. What do you think is the answer for this particular question? Again, you should know this. It's a repeated concept. So whenever I see repeated concepts, I'll ask you to remember it as well. Yeah? Okay? Lakshmi, ma'am, once again. Baba, in that countercurrent mechanism was being spoken about, you know, two things are there. There is loop of Henle, a part of your nephron. Loop of Henle is being covered by the blood vessel out there. So in loop of Henle, the urine is moving from here to here, suppose. It moves in this direction. On the other hand, when you talk about the blood vessels, the blood is going to move from here to here. So it's the opposite direction that it goes, and basically it creates a countercurrent out there. Okay, there's a, concentration of solute being built up, and all those things happens because of these two things. Vasa recta is the name of the blood vessels, and the other part is Henle's loop. Okay. Yes, so now for this particular question, all of you are saying D, 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 D. Most of you are saying D is the answer. What is D? I band and A band. Okay, so in the mechanism of muscle contraction or shortening of the muscle, the dash gets reduced, whereas the dash retains the length. So you are saying the I band get reduced and the A band retains the length. Is that so? Let's check it out. So listen, this is a very important thing. So many questions have come from this. Understand the logic, you will be able to understand everything. So Baba, listen, from here to here, we say from one Z line to another Z line. These are two lines, we call them as Z lines, okay? It's a part of a sarcomere. So this is a sarcomere that you see over here, a unit of the microfiber which is super important for contraction of the muscles to happen, okay? This is a sarcomere. Now what is going to happen over here? These blue lines that you see, they are the thick filaments which you call as myosin filaments, which are what? The myosin filaments. So myosin filaments which are there, the place where they comprise together, you call them as A band out there. Usually they are like arranged like this itself. Now, over here, if at all you see the I band is basically composed of what? The actin filaments which are there. They are basically the actin filaments which is there. Now, when contraction happens, you need to imagine this. When contraction happens, both the Z lines, they come together over here. Okay, they come together over here. When they come inside, what is going to happen? The A band which is there, it will be having the myosin filaments, but it will also be having this filaments that is known as the actin filaments. Do you think the A band's length is increasing or decreasing? No, it remains as such. There is no change that is happening in the A band. What about the I band? Since these have moved inside, the length of the I band is going to reduce. There will be only less space occupied by the I band because most of it is now taken inside. So I band is going to reduce, whereas the A band is going to retain the length as such. It is going to retain the length as such. That is the question. Dash gets reduced. What gets reduced? The I band gets reduced. What remains as such? It is going to be the A band that remains as such. That is the logic that is there. Please remember, sarcomere is the unit that is responsible for contraction. It starts from one Z line and ends in another Z line out there. In the middle of A band, H is also there. Yes, exactly. There is one H line also, which is also over here. So you remember is that H, A, I, high. Okay, you can remember it like that. Anyway. Ma'am, naam kya hai? About, of what, dear? So please remember, I'll repeat it once more. You can hear me out carefully, okay? So there are two Z lines. This unit is known as a sarcomere. It is what? A sarcomere. Fine. Now in the middle you have a band which is made up of thick filaments. You call them as myosin. And then parallelly on the sides, as you see on the Z line, these red bands which are there, they are basically bands of actin filaments. Now this band altogether you call this as I band, this band altogether you call this as I band. When contraction happens, both the Z lines comes inside. When they come inside, what happens? The myosin remains as such, but these guys which are there, they are inside now. Inside what? The A band completely. So A band is going to remain like that. But what about the I band? Their size gets reduced because these guys are inside now. So that is the logic out there. Is this thing clear to you now? Sakshi as well as Peas, everyone? My name is Jasmine. Okay. Yes, thank you Amlu for telling that. Yeah. Is this clear now or do you still have doubts? Always remember A band remains as such. Okay, as such. So A as such, you can remember like that. Got it? Clear, Macha? Or you still have doubts? Yes, you're most welcome, Mahesh. Okay, perfect. If it's clear, can you guys give me a thumbs up? We'll move on to the next question out there. If everything is clear, can you guys quickly give me a thumbs up? We'll move on to the next question. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. I think, just a second, okay? This is the second last question. Guys, this is the second last question of PU1. Then we have PU2 questions, okay? So let's go for it. Identify the correct sequence of action potential as it arrives at the axon terminal from the choices given below. So basically, action potential has arrived at the axon terminal. Now you have to tell me the flow of it. So always remember, suppose if I talk about, these are the dendrites out there. And over here, this is the axon that you have. The axon terminals are there right over here. The axon terminals will be having some knobs. There is a space in between, and finally there is another neuron right over here. And over here, what do you have? You have the dendrites. Now the question is, if at all the action potential arrives at the terminals, that is at this particular position, what is the next thing that is going to happen? And you have to choose your options from here. So make sure you choose the option carefully. Ma'am, does KA board releases the model paper for us? No, Afan, they do not. Usually they have not yet. Okay. Aryan, Nita, Arya, good morning dear. Okay, so Shankar says it is C. Kavana, we'll be soon taking a break, okay, after 2 questions, pakka, for sure. Rekha says C, and Amulu says C, King says C, Kavana says C, Apurva says C, Ramya says 3, Amulya says it is C, Suyog, Baswaraj, perfect. Basumata, I don't know, okay, and Peace, Geeta, everyone says the answer for this particular question is going to be C. So since you guys are saying C, I have to check it up. Axon terminals, and then you have synaptic vesicles. So basically, yes, they will be having some vesicles out there. Synaptic vesicles are being, so the vesicles are being created right over here. The vesicles will be having what? The neurotransmitters, right? And then they are released over here in the synaptic cleft, or which you also call as synapses. Cool. And then what happened? After that, you have postsynaptic membrane. Exactly. There is postsynaptic membrane, which is a part of the postsynaptic neuron, and that is where the neurotransmitters are going to attach, which is why the answer for this particular question is going to be C, and all my dear children are absolutely correct. Done? Clear? It's an easy question, right? Do not do any mistakes while doing. If at all anyone was there who did some silly mistake, write it down. I did a silly mistake. I did this particular thing. It will help you to rectify the concepts out there. Yeah? Clear, Namacha? Let's go ahead. Guys, you are coming with different names and you're asking me to remember this. You think about me. I have to take the class and probably remember a lot of things, and you're giving me extra task of remembering your names, but I definitely try to do so, okay? But there are chances I can call you something else. So please forgive me if that happens, yeah? Cool. Now the last question, guys, of your PU1 goes like this. Identify the statement given below that does not correspond to the functions of cortisol. Maintains, you have to tell which does not, okay, which does not correspond to the function of cortisol. Maintains cardiovascular system and kidney function. Does it? Yes, it does. Cortisol does it, okay. It maintains the cardiovascular system and also the kidney function. Very, very important. Produces anti-inflammatory reactions. Does it? Yes, ma'am. Does it? Maintains electrolyte balance, osmosis and blood pressure. You tell me. Does it do that? I do not know. Suppresses immune response. Yes, it does that. Stimulates RBC production. RBC production is being controlled by erythropoietin hormone. But yes, this guy has also some role to play in it. So what are we left with? Basically, this is the only thing that is not being maintained by what? The cortisol. Who maintains the blood pressure as well as the electrolyte balance and osmosis and everything? It is aldosterone. It is aldosterone, not cortisol, which is why the answer for this question is going to be A. Yes, all of you, most of you said A is the answer. Afan Mullah, I probably don't think they would be releasing anything like that, okay? So King, Malina, Baswaraj, Irfan, Rekha and Ramya and Manoj, GS World and Hazira, Quadrikids and Apurva, Geeta, Shankar, Amalu, Kavana, Hina Kausar, everyone. Perfect. Okay? Peace. Got it? Got the concept? Okay. And now we enter the PU2 zone from here onwards, and I think from this point onwards it is going to be easy for you. We will rock it together, and I'll request you to take a break as well. So 5 minutes break work, right? 5 minutes, okay? Otherwise the class will go very long. It will be difficult for you to cover up all of these things, right? So we'll take a 5 minutes Kit Kat break, and we will come up with lots of energy and we'll cover the rest of the questions out there. What's the time now? It is 11:36. Be back by 11:41. Be right back. And when I say have a Kit Kat break, that does not mean you should be having Kit Kat, okay? Kit Kat break is a slang. You can have whatever you want. Have something healthy. And let's see soon. Okay, 11:41. We'll start off with the PU2 questions. Works na? Okay. Go take a break and come back really soon. Sorry. Guys. I'm so sorry. I just went to check the answer key out there, which is why it took some amount of time. Where is our ma'am? Ma'am is here. Okay. So, ma'am, we have not joined the app and classes and it's not able to log in. Also, they have said payment and will be returned back. Prasad, I'll just check into that, dear, if there is something like that. Okay. If payment is unsuccessful, did you get the refund back? Still they have not rebate. Okay, can you tell me your actual name, if at all it works? If at all it works, can you tell me the name by which you applied or registered? Prasad, or is it just Prasad George itself? If you could help me with your name, that will be great, because yeah, so I'll raise the concern to the team out there. Salome George. Okay, fine. I'll just raise the concern out there, dear. And you applied for ABHYAS or KC30. Can you tell me the name of the course as well? Rafat, hello. Pranat, hello, dear children. So, yes, welcome back to you guys as well. And Salome, please do not be worried. I will be checking that. I think it was sorted before, but if not, I'll be checking back as well. Yeah? Yes, cool. So guys, I checked that particular question's answer, which was question number 18th over here, right? So the answer for this particular question is going to be statement 1 and 2 are false. Okay, this is the answer. This thing is the answer. Both the statements are being false, because in Calvin cycle, carboxylation is catalyzed by RUBP carboxylase, not PEP carboxylase, and in Hatch-Slack pathway, they're just considering the first part. So basically, it is catalyzed by PEP carboxylase, not RUBP carboxylase. And this concept is super important because it has been repeated so many times. So please make sure you go through it, yeah? Yes, I hope that works. KC30, I will be checking through that, Salome, okay? Yep, perfect. So now let's get into the PU2 chapters out there, and the first question goes like this. It goes like this: when pollen grains of a flower of a plant pollinate the stigma of flower of another plant, it is called what? When pollen grains of a flower of a plant pollinate the stigma of a flower of another plant. So basically there are two plants being involved over here. So what do we call this? Dichogamy, geitonogamy, xenogamy, autogamy? Any idea? Very simple question, right? Very simple question. Tanu says 3 is the answer. Okay. What about others? Samhit says C is the answer. Pradhani. Check. Okay, GS World says C, Bhavish says C, Anjali says C, Khushi says C, and Shankar, Tanu, and Manoj Gowda, Amalu, Tarun, Ramya. Okay, most of you guys are saying C, and someone asked, is CBSE must consider that as being unfair, right? Consider, Danish, yes, a little bit unfair. Yeah, so yes, perfect. So the answer for this question is, as you guys said, it is going to be 3, that is xenogamy. How xenogamy? Baba, xenogamy means 2 plants are there and basically pollination is happening between these 2 plants. If at all this is happening, you say it's cross pollination, actually true cross pollination, because 2 plants are involved. That means genetic materials are also going to be different. New plant which is going to be formed, it is also going to be different. Why not dichogamy? Dichogamy is a whole different process. Geitonogamy means what? Geitonogamy means, Baba, you have one flower over here, another flower over here in the same plant. This is also cross pollination, but this is not true cross pollination. Why? Because both of the flowers belonging to the same plant itself, right? So this is going to be wrong. Xenogamy is where, as I said, flower of one plant or a flower of another plant, both of them are going to be involved. Autogamy means basically you have a flower over here, you have the stigma as well, sorry, the female and the male part. From here to here things are going to go. That is what you mean by autogamy, true self-pollination. Yeah, so the answer for this particular question is going to be 3. It is going to be 3, that is xenogamy. We want 2024 paper solution as well. We'll think, okay, we'll see if at all that's possible. We'll definitely do it from our end. So the answer for this question is this. Is it clear for everyone out there? Is everyone happy? Okay, Clear? If yes, can you just give me a thumbs up? A quick thumbs up would work. Then we will move on to the next question. Ma'am, lunch. Lunch I have not brought. Probably I have to think of that also after some time. Yeah, yes. Okay. Thumbs up, please, guys. We'll move on to the next question then. Hi, Vidya. Someone is saying hi, Tanu. Okay, oh my God, friendships are being made here. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead with the next question. Question number 28. Fusion of a male gamete with the central cell in the embryo sac of an angiosperm is called. Fusion of the male gamete with the central cell in the embryo sac of an angiosperm is called syngamy, apomixis, double fertilization, triple fusion. What do you think is the answer for this particular question? Rafat, I didn't have my lunch. Thank you for asking, my dear. But yes, soon we'll be having, once the live has been done. Yes? Best, Apurva, thank you. Is this 2025 paper? Yes, Quadricates, it is. Okay. Tanu says the answer for this question is D. What about others? Okay. Prince says hello. Dhruti says 4. Yes, correct. Rekha says D. Pradhani says C is the answer. Okay. And Khushi says it is 4. GS World says it is D. Tanu says it is 4. Okay. I am Diti is also over here. Hello, hello. Good to see you all, guys. So most of you are saying it is 4. That is triple fusion. Is that the correct answer? Yes. Listen to me. Why? So over here you have the embryo sac, Baba. You have 3 cells smiling, and those are what? The antipodal cells. Now over here you have 2 cells. Those are what? The synergids. Those are the synergids. And you have one very important cell, that is your egg cell out there. Egg cell out there, right? Now over here in the middle, this particular space is not for playing cricket. Rather it is for one very important thing, for 2 polar nuclei. These are what? The 2 polar nuclei that is there, and this 2 polar nuclei belongs to a very big cell, and this very big cell which is there is known as what? The central cell. So central cell has 2 polar nuclei. It's a very big, guys. Obviously 2 polar nuclei also makes sense. Now listen to me. A pollen grain comes with 2 male gametes. One male gamete comes and says that Macha, I'll fuse with you. So one male gamete fuses with the egg cell. You call this as what? Syngamy. It's a normal thing that has to happen. It is known as syngamy. At the end of it you get what? A zygote, a diploid zygote. Now other male gamete is like, where should I go? I just see a one big cell, I'll go there. Yes, exactly. The other male gamete which is there, it comes and fuses. The second male gamete comes and fuses with the 2 polar nuclei of the central cell. And since over here you need to understand 2 polar nuclei, already 2 nuclei is there, this male gamete will also have 1 nuclei right over here. So 1, 2, 3 nuclei fuses together. It's known as triple fusion. What do you get at the end of triple fusion? You get primary endosperm nucleus. What do you get, Baba? You get primary endosperm nucleus. You also call it as PEN. And this primary endosperm nucleus belongs to which cell? This is known as the primary endosperm cell out there. So the answer for this question, the male gamete fuses with the central cell in the embryo sac of the angiosperm, is known as triple fusion. Is this thing clear to you? Did you understand this? Yeah? Physics 2000 paper, please wanting, ma'am. Yes, dear, today afternoon at 5 o'clock, I think it's happening. Okay? Sorry, evening 5 o'clock. Khushi. Praju, Tanu Insta, and all things like that. Instagram, you still have thought for Instagram. We should not think of Instagram now. Okay, we'll think about it later. My God, here everything has been exchanged, guys. It's not a safe place to exchange a lot of details. Okay, I'm telling you. Okay, anyways, so paper solution for physics is happening in evening 5 p.m. Be there. Break. I just took a break now. Okay, clear, right? Everyone clear? Just give me a quick thumbs up. Those of you who are very much lazy to put thumbs up like this, you have to do that. Vidya, thank you so much. You're also beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah. This question clear? Can we move ahead with the next question? Only if you guys give me thumbs up, I'll move ahead. That is the rule. How will I understand that you're understanding things or not? Yes, Macha, let's go ahead. And everyone, click on the subscribe button now. If not, do that. Click on the like button also, and click on all the buttons that you see over here. Apart from unsubscribe button, you can click on whatever you want. Okay, perfect. Ma'am, we have emailed them, requested to help them with payment returning because we need. I'm so sorry, dear. I'll just put up right now itself. Okay, in the group. Just a second. Okay, perfect. So I have raised the concern, Salome. Let's see, okay? Yes. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Let's go ahead with the next question out there, and it goes like this. Question number 29. Which of these option is true in the context of the above diagram of the pollen grain? So over here you have the diagram being given, and you have to tell me which one is correct. Please make sure you read the question very carefully, okay? So let's see. So over here, the big cell that is there, it is A, and the small cell that is there, it is B. Clearly marked. First of all, when you get these type of questions, analyze what is A and what is B. That is important, okay? So A is very big cell is vegetative cell. B is a small cell, it is generative cell. So tag them up. Very big cell is what? Vegetative cell. Okay, small one is what? Generative cell. Now everything will become easy for you. Okay, A is generative cell, wrong, because we know that it is vegetative cell, wrong. A is vegetative cell with abundant food reserve. A is vegetative cell with abundant food reserve. Yes, that is why it is very big. Okay, now what? B is generative cell which forms male gametes. B is generative cell which forms the male gametes. Yes, that is why it is known as generative. What is it generating? Electricity. No, it is generating what? Gametes. It is generating gametes out there. So it forms two gametes out there. Remember, the pollen grain has two gametes. One fuses with the egg cell, one with the central cell, right? So the two gametes are being formed by the generative cell out there. So this is correct. A is vegetative cell with abundant food reserve, and B generative cell which forms the male gamete. So your B option itself is correct, right? Yes, all of you have said B is the correct answer. Exactly. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now over here, A is generative cell, again that is wrong, and A is vegetative cell which give rise to the male gametes. Vegetative cell will be very happy listening to that, it can give rise to the male gametes, but what do you call, unfortunately it cannot give rise to the male gametes. Only generative cell can give rise to it. So the answer for this question is 2. Is it clear to everyone out there? Okay, is it clear to everyone out there? You're most welcome, Salome. Okay, love you, ma'am, love you, Tuda. Okay, so everyone, is it clear? So I see most of you gave me the correct answer. GS World, Rihan, Deepti, and Ramya, Narasimha, King, Mr. Praju, and Mr. Praju's. Okay, so Shankar and Anjali, Lakshmi, everyone, Asya. If at all I'm missing out anyone's name, please forgive me. Okay, I'm just doing it fast for you guys. Ma'am, can you explain about the plurality of the cells? I can do so. Here they are all going to be haploid in nature. If at all you're talking about here, they are all going to be haploid in nature. Half the number of chromosomes. Okay, whether it's vegetative cell, it is going to be haploid. Whether it's generative cell, they are also going to be haploid. The generative cell undergoes mitosis to produce gametes. So since it is undergoing mitosis, again haploid only. Okay, so all the cells of pollen grains are going to be haploid in nature. Trishul, what are you not understanding, dear? Ask me the question, I'll help you with it. Okay? Yes. Okay, let's go ahead with the next question then. And if you have any doubts, please understand, if you have seen any of the lives, I do not go without making sure your doubt is not solved. Wait until the end, I can help you with clearing your doubts. If at all you're doubting the same question, you can ask me then and there itself. Yeah, so Abri, we'll be trying to do so. 2024 paper also we'll trying to bring about, okay? Okay. Yes. Okay. Question number 30. Match the hormone with the site of production. You have HCG and HPL, progesterone, androgens, and relaxin. Please relax and give your answer for this question. Do not mess it up. In match the following, I always have a golden rule for all of you. Match A first and D first, then match the rest of the things which are there. Tanu says the answer for this question is C. Okay, Tarun says it is C. Amalu says it is C, and Rehan says it is 3. Okay, that is C. Geeta as well as Kavana and Bhavna has a different answer. My dear, check it up. Kushi says it is C. GS World and Pranit, Deepti, Deepa, Quadrikids, Anjali, Samhit, Lakshmi. Okay, so the answer, if at all we check, HCG and HPL, human chorionic gonadotropin and human placental lactogen are released by the placenta. That is for sure. Okay, that is for sure. Progesterone, ma'am, progesterone is also released by placenta. Yes, it is, don't worry. But ovary also was releasing it, right? Ovary was also releasing it before. So can I say it's ovary? Yes, ma'am, ovary is there. But, Baba, have you seen all the options carefully? Relaxin will be released by what? If at all you match it with ovary, what will relaxin do? Listen, that is why I always say, please make sure you read all the options carefully and match the following. Do not do the mistakes. Okay, so listen, this goes with placenta. Relaxin is released by ovary only according to your NCERT. Okay, so D goes with 1, A goes with 2, A goes with 2, and D goes with 1. I've already got my answer, that is 3, but I have to check for the other options. That is my courtesy, right? So progesterone, Baba, it is released by ovary initially, later on it is taken by the placenta, but also understand corpus luteum which is there, this macha also releases progesterone. Remember, whatever is left behind after the Graafian follicle ruptures, that is known as after ovulation, it is known as corpus luteum. This corpus luteum releases what? Progesterone, and the progesterone maintains the endometrium, thickens the endometrium. So progesterone released by corpus luteum. What about androgens, the male sex hormones? The male sex hormones are released by the Leydig cells, So your answer for this question is going to be 3. Is there any confusion regarding this, or are you clear with this? Okay, are you clear with this? Jeevana, oh my God, that's a big tag to give. Biology Q and JJ ma'am, oh my God. Okay, how many questions from second PUC, Baba? Second PUC, you will find 40 questions. 40 questions definitely will be there. Okay, so in the first PUC, the trend that I've been seeing, maximum is 20 number of questions. Cool? Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, student. Okay, what's a creative name? So guys, if it is clear, can you just quickly give me a thumbs up if this question is clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up. Trishul, I gave the answer, dear. Mostly 40 questions come from your second PUC. Cleared, Machi. Perfect. Thank you so much, Macha. Okay, so yes, I think we can go ahead with the next question. Yeah. 31st question. Choose the correct sequence of sperm transport during ejaculation. During ejaculation, you're talking about the sperm transport. You have to be very careful over here. You just imagine the structure of this testis that you have studied in your NCERT, and then only go ahead with giving answer for this. Seminiferous tubules, vasa efferentia, rete testis, epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct. That is how it goes. So is it how it goes, or do you have any other answer for this? Come on, try it out. Shall I help you? I shall help you. Suppose this is the testis. Here you have the testicular lobules. Okay, you have some lobules. Just imagine this as a story. Inside the lobules, what do you have? You have seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules are the place where the sperms are going to be made for sure. Yeah. From the seminiferous tubule, the sperms say, I want to go out. I cannot be here. So basically, all of them, they reach up in the next duct out there, which is known as rete testis. Rete testis. Now the sperm says, I said that I want to go out. What are you making me do over here? So again, there's a duct over here which will be helping in exiting the sperm from the testis to outside. This one which helps in exiting is known as vasa efferentia. Efferentia. You can remember E for exit. Okay, but sadly, Baba, the sperms are trapped up right over here. So the testis say, you wanted to go out, right? You cannot go out right now. So it is trapped up in the next duct which is there, which is 6 meters long. It is coiled duct. This is known as epididymis. Epididymis. Okay, and finally the sperms are going to be taken to a distance. So distance, vas deferens. D for distance, you can remember like that. Until now it was what? It was inside what? Inside the testis, but now it is going to the body, inside the body. Okay, it was inside the scrotum, now it is going inside the body out there. And that is how you have to give the answer. So all of you, as I am able to see, are saying C is the answer. C is what? Seminiferous tubules, then rete testis, then vasa efferentia, epididymis, then vas deferens, and the vas deferens will be opening into what? The ejaculatory duct. That is also correct. Right? So the answer for this question is 3. But all my champions, why are the other options not correct? So we have to check that also. Seminiferous tubules, vasa efferentia, then rete testis. Arey Baba, that cannot be possible. First rete testis, right? So this is wrong. Seminiferous tubules, rete testis, epididymis. Where did vasa efferentia go there? So wrong option. Seminiferous, this is the correct. Seminiferous tubules, rete testis, epididymis, again wrong. So basically you have got only one answer, and that is C. If this is clear, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, so there was a way to remember it. If at all anyone remembers that way, I told in some class, because you know what, tip and tricks, so I only say and I only forget. So I forgot. Okay, if anyone remembers, you can let me know. Okay, and if at all you do not remember, then there's no point. Okay, so yes, so everyone who gave me the answer for the previous question, kudos to you. Let's move on to the next question out there, and it's like this. Question number 32. Question number 32. बोला था आपने, exactly asked me, I forgot, sorry. So let's ask ChatGPT for a trick, okay? Let's ask ChatGPT for a trick. By then you try to solve this particular question out there, and it goes like this. Select the mismatch pair. First month of pregnancy, formation of heart. Second month of pregnancy, movement of fetus. Third month of pregnancy, formation of most of the major organs. 6th month of pregnancy, eyelids separate and eyelashes are formed. You have to find which one is the mismatched pair. Come on, find it. Trick to remember what? Okay. B. Most of you are saying, Samit says it is B, Amalu says it is B, Kirtana says it is A. Okay. Bhavana says it is D, Quadric it's B, Teju B, and Shankar, and no, some people are saying it is D also. Why? Deepthi says it is 2. Okay. That is B. Tarun says it is B. So guys, what do you think is the answer for this particular question? I was just trying to find your trick for the other one, but anyways. Okay, for the answer for this particular question, first month of pregnancy, formation of heart. This is correct. Whenever someone dies, whenever someone is born, first thing that we do is check the heartbeat. So by the end of the first month, you get formation of heart. Second month of pregnancy, movement of the fetus. Baba chamatkara, miracle, that cannot possibly happen over here. Once your heart is being formed, other organs also have to be formed. But the second month of pregnancy, movement of fetus is not seen. In which month do you see movement of the fetus? Everyone, remember. Come on. So this is wrong. You will be finding most of the organ and the organ systems are being formed in the second month, basically you will be finding limbs and digits being formed. Your limbs and also digits which are being formed in the second month. In the third month of pregnancy, formation of most of the major organ system are going to be formed. 6th month of pregnancy, eyelids are going to separate and eyelashes are also going to be formed. That is also correct. Which is why the only answer for this particular question is going to be, what is the first? B. Right? This is the mismatched pair. The last one is going to be the mismatched pair. Guys, you had to give the options from here. You had to give the options from here. Did you get things wrong? Yes, exactly. In the 5th month, you are able to see the movement of the baby. The movement of the fetus would be observed in the 5th month, right? So if at all, I check the answers from you guys, I see that only a few has given me D answer. Okay, I think most of you chose from here and you gave me the answer, but you have to choose from here. Now listen to me. Do you want me to just explain you a bit about the months? It will be really good. You might get a question based on this. If at all you want, I can just explain in 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, 1st month, 2nd month, 3rd month, 4th month is not there, 5th month and 6th month. Can I explain this? Okay, it's very easy. It's okay, dear. It's okay. Things happen. Just be attentive out there. Okay, while you're answering in OMR sheet, don't do mistakes out there. Okay, guys, so I'll explain. Listen to me carefully. 1st month, you will be having formation of your heart. A heart is going to be formed. 2nd month, what is going to happen? You will be getting your limbs as well as digits. So 1st month, heart, and then we are going to do thumbs up with our limbs as well as digits. Now, the 3rd month, which is there, you will be finding that most of the organ and the organ system is going to be formed, especially your external genital organ. That means, in the case of males, it is going to be penis. In the case of females, it is going to be the mons, pubis, and all those things. Okay, so that happens in the 3rd month. Most of the organs and everything, heart is there, limbs and digits is there, you just needed organs, all of them assembled. Now 4th month, skip Madi because it's not there in your NCRT. 5th month, the baby says that, God, what are you doing? You gave me everything, but I am not able to move. I want to move around. I want to just show off my hair and stuff like that. Give me some hair also. So the first movement, always remember, the first movement and also the first hair on the head, okay, hair on the head is being seen in the 5th month. In the 5th month, you will be having hair on the head and also the first movement out there. Now in the 6th month, God says that, Macha, you wanted hair. No, now have hair all over your body. So the body hair, okay, the hair on the body as well as your eyelids are going to be separated. You will be having eyelashes, everything being formed over here. So please understand this. This is very important. You might get questions based on this as well. I hope this is clear. So heart, then this hyphae, and then organ system and everything is being formed. 5th month, first movement, because the baby was angry, because first movement and the hair on the head. And 6th month, body hair and eyelids are separated. Eyelashes are also being formed. Cool. Now there is a way to ask this question apart from this, apart from month by month data, they can also give you in the terms of weeks. How do you answer that? Always remember, in 1 month how many weeks are there? In 1 month 4 weeks are there. Okay, so by the end of 2 months, 2 into 4, 8 weeks. Okay, 3 into 4, 12 weeks. So they can ask you after the end of 12 weeks what is going to happen. So it means 3 months only. It means 3 months only. Just calculate. Okay, just do 12 divided by 4. You will get your month. Whatever number is given. For example, 24 weeks is given. 24 divided by 4. 6th month is what you are being asked about. So just do like that and give your answer. Cool. Is it clear to you? Will you be able to answer questions on the basis of this? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Everyone out there? Yes? Yeah, na, macha. Okay, so while you compare this, please compare this also and give the answer. Do not do the mistake. Cool? Yes, perfect. I think slowly. Yes. Next question that we have, out of the following options, identify which one is not a natural method of contraception. Which one is not a natural method of contraception? That is the question. Not. Lactational amenorrhea, periodic abstinence, coitus interruptus, or implants. What do you think is the answer for this? Not a natural method. Natural method means it is not going to use any of the synthetic things which are there. Okay, it is not going to have anything in between, just the natural way of inhibiting things. Lactational amenorrhea. Okay. Oh my God, you have started giving me the answer. Tanu says the answer for this question is D, that is 4. Shankar says it is D, and Amalu says D. Tanu says 4. Okay. Tarun says D. Shankar D, and Kumar and Aspia says D. Quadricits says 4. Oh my God, so many answers. Shankar, P, Sabrina, Rabia, Chetan, Bhavana, and Vivek, and Lahari, GS World, Mr. Praju, Chandana, Minaz, okay, Malina, Apurva, Vidya, Anjali, Reshma, Peace. Okay, I think I have read most of your names. Baswaraj, Usman. Okay, so the answer for this question is going to be 4 implants. Why not the other options for those of you who are not understanding? Lactational amenorrhea means a mother who is lactating, that means breastfeeding. She will not be having menstruation. Why? Listen to me very carefully. Concepts are important. You will not get the exact question in your next examination. Concepts could be repeated. That is why I am explaining. So don't think it's a waste of time. Okay. Lactational amenorrhea means a mother who is breastfeeding will not be able to menstruate. Why? Because in our body the hormone prolactin is way too much. Prolactin is hormone which is helping in formation of milk. Now this prolactin hormone does not allow other hormones to go up. For example, the FSH and the LH, which is responsible for ovulation, they are going to be down. Why? Because this guy is up out there. So if this is not there, ovulation is not there. If ovulation is not there, menstruation also will not be there. That is the logic of lactational amenorrhea. But the thing is that even though the mother is lactating, we say that it is safe up to 6 months, okay, but there are chances that she can conceive as well, which is why it says that it is not a reliable method of contraception. It is definitely not a reliable method of contraception. Now over here, periodic abstinence, which is there, it means during certain period sexual intercourse is not being done. Again, a natural way of prevention thing. What period is where you do not do sexual intercourse? From day 10, if at all we say from day 1 to day 28 is the cycle. The midway is 14th day. So we say from 10th to 17th. This is known as the fertile window.